Okay, what's up, guys? Today, we're going to look at Hamza, how to actually text girls is what the video is called. So we're going to go through texting. I know Alex has done a bunch of streams for you guys, so hopefully you've seen those. But we're going to have a look at a little bit of his advice and comment on that, but also give you guys a bit of a structure and some advice around texting. And of course, if you got any questions, just type them up and we'll answer them and get to them, especially if it's around texting. All right, what's up, Alex and Swift? How are we?
What's up?
Good. I mean, we're fucking ready.
Yeah.
Right,
I've never been more ready for anything in my entire fucking life.
Oh,
Let's see if
amazing.
this is actually how you text girls.
Yeah, I'm ready to learn.
Curious. I'm very curious.
Actually, text women.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is-
Maybe I've been doing everything wrong.
maybe we've been doing it wrong this whole time. All right. Also, can one of you boys just share it to the Facebook groups?
Yes, I will do it right now.
My man. All righty. Let's get started.
Jeffrey's phone notification goes off again.
Oh fuck!
Hold on, give this 1 second. 1 second.
Yeah, I'll post the link.
I'll post some.
My copy paste this.
Coke Zero gang, let's go, dude. Vic is with us every stream. Have you noticed?
Yeah, I know, dude. He's a real one. He's been here since my first stream. Every stream.
I reckon Vic knows how to actually text. I reckon.
I think so. At this point, he's better than most fucking coaches at this point.
JJ wrote, "Yo, Marcus, you doxed your mobile number on PW stream yesterday." I did. If anyone would like to text me, tell me how awesome I am, then you can find my number on the PWF stream. So just send me a message. I got 0 dick pics so far, by the way. It's been like 24 hours. I was expecting a lot more.
Isn't that a little bit disappointing, though?
I was a bit disappointed.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm women that would complain if I got a dick pic, but when I didn't get one, I'm still disappointed. You know,
Yeah.
It's fucked up. Anyway, let's let's get started.
Yeah.
I'll maximize the screen. Oh no, there we go.
It's her. He's so happy that she's replying. She seems so interested in him. Jeffrey's finally happy,
Almost like Mr.
but
Beast.
she keeps making excuses not to meet him. Jeffrey sees her Snapchat story and she's with another guy. It's been weeks, it's been months, and eventually the girl that Jeffrey's been texting gets into a relationship with the guy that she's been f***ing all this time.
Bitches ain't sh**.
Adonis. Adonis texts girls in the proper way. Adonis is the guy in the girl's Snapchat stories, and he's the only one in her mind.
Is he meant to be Adonis? Is
That's a good opener.
why is there a random transition of him doing like? This is so cringe.
Yeah, bro.
Why is?
Yeah.
Why is this in the texting video? I don't understand. It's just like a random transition of him doing like fucking calisthenics and then with his shirt off, like creepily smiling at the camera. This is okay. This is what we need in more of our YouTube videos, Alex.
Yeah, I think so. We need more abs here. Yeah.
This is.
So in a couple of weeks. Can do that.
All of the advice that I see online for texting girls is absolute trash. Normal, simpy, little spurgy people tell you to do memes, send her memes, make her laugh. And the Red Pill's alpha males text game is too avoidant. It doesn't kindle a connection, and it's too much. It just only focuses on.
Hey, daddy, nice pussy, babe. You're so sweet. I mean, that's not bad.
That's not bad at all, to be honest.
I mean, this is like a good interaction.
Texting for logistics. Both ways are trash. I'm going to teach you my way, which is far better than all of them. First of all, my name is Hamza. I help young men go through the Jeffrey to Adonis transformation through self-improvement. You're clearly interested in that. Scroll down right now, click on the subscribe and the post notification button, and it's a win-win for both of us. So I have personally tried all the different styles of texting. When I was in college and I was about 17 to 18, I was doing the whole funny memes, message her all day, make her feel good, and send her like all the funny stuff and make jokes with her and text her and write X next to the message and stuff. When I was in university and I was going through my degenerate years, I was doing the full-on just Red Pill text for logistics. My first message to a new girl would dead ass be, meet me tonight. And so it was a numbers game, and it did technically work, but not as effective as my current way to text. My current way to text, I'd say the most mature way that I've actually been a guy who uses text to communicate, is I text in a very like business, somewhat formal manner, but I also send emotional connecting messages too. And we're going to break that down. So here is the step-by-step strategy to turn a stranger into a lover. Step number.
All right, so here we go. This is the business/connection text game.
Yeah,
By the way, I've got to say, I already know this guy is amazing because he's got red lights in the background. Okay. That's
well,
that's how you
it's
know this guy's
his
legit.
way of connecting with you specifically.
Exactly. Yeah, I feel very connected with, in almost like a business style. I don't know. That's how I feel. All right, let's see.
Number one is the initial connection. It's when you match with a girl on a dating app. It's when maybe she follows you on Instagram, or when you approach her and you get her number. Step number two is the first message that you're going to send her, and it's a simple hi plus a genuine compliment. Now, all the red pill guys are like, never compliment her, bro. Never validate her, bro. I don't give a fuck, bro. If I think a girl is cute, I'm going to tell her. That authenticity and that genuinity is why I'm attractive and why I seem confident. I'm not going to hold back. If I feel a certain way about someone, I'm not going to hold back in telling them. Forget the rest of this video. Forget most of the advice you've ever seen in terms of interacting with women. When your brain generates a...
What's up, bro?
That's probably not why they find him attractive. Probably other reasons for that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Thought, and you don't express that thought, you've already lost. That authenticity is how you automatically polarize women, the women who would actually be compatible with you. That's all you need to know. Like, I could end the video right here. Text her what your brain says. If your brain says some stupid shit, trust me when I say that if you actually texted that sort of stuff to every girl, you would eventually find the girl who truly is compatible with you. All of the texting advice is such trash.
Stop. That's just, that's just finding girls who have, initial attraction for you for whatever fucking reason.
It's the fucking number.
Or you're finding fucking shitty women. Like, he literally said, okay, this was what he said. He goes, texting these simpy fucking meme messages don't work. Texting to meet up right away doesn't work. But what I'd like you to do is just text whatever fucking comes to your head. So he's literally been doing that apparently through his whole journey. It's what other men are doing right now, right? That never fucking work. Like, guys sitting at home being like, okay, all my texts don't work, are the men that are just fucking typing what comes to their head anyway, and it's not working. So to sit there and say, okay, listen, type whatever you want, and whoever it works with, that's who you truly deserve, and that's who really likes you. Well, what's going to happen is you're going to end up with a bunch of women you don't actually like, who are fucking low quality. I don't know how to say that nicely. They're going to be low quality girls that are attracted or will put up with a really shitty game that just involves you typing whatever the fuck comes to your head. So it's just a massive like cope to sit there and say, you know what? You just do whatever you want, and whatever girls, they're the ones you deserve.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
No, not at all.
Because it's too different from what your natural brain is like. And so eventually you start matching with girls who you're nothing like. And of course, that just kind of dies down because you can't keep up this false like charade. So in this first message, it's just a simple hi, hey, whatever, and a genuine compliment that my brain automatically generates for her. I'm telling you.
All right, boys, what do you think of this first message? Hello, I think you're cute. Smiley face.
If this was on Tinder, I would say it's very generic. I don't think, if a girl's getting a lot of messages, I don't think that's going to grab much of her attention.
Yeah.
But if there's like a big SMV gap, like he's much higher SMV than her, then yeah, that's going to grab her attention.
This is the reason why I seem spontaneous and attractive. I have the confidence to just express how I feel about someone. And if she's anything like me, if she's compatible with me, she's attracted to that. Step number 3, after your first message, this is one of the most important parts of this, is to not let her lead the conversation. Now, let's say you send her the message, hi, you're cute. Very, very simple, right? And she says, oh, hi, thank you. How are you? Pause. Jeffries and all the little spurgs will be like, I'm good. How are you? Conversation dead. She thinks you're boring as Most girls are boring. Most girls are bad. Like, we can say they're bad at texting because they don't actually have to be good at texting because they've got the God level abundance. Most girls are pretty boring and they've got very, very basic sort of social skills. You can call me sexist, but it is the truth. She's going to text you some boring bullshit as like, hey, how are you? Now, if you're a spurg, if you're a Jeffrey, let her lead the conversation and reply to her questions. Now, I text in almost a weirdly autistic way. Now, it is a business, formal way, emotional connection, like I said before, but it's almost autistic in the sense that when she texts me a message like, how are you? I respond as if I haven't even read that she's wrote that, because I will not let her lead the conversation straight into the garbage. I don't answer boring questions like that. She texts me, hey, Hamza, how are you? What's it to you, bitch? Why are you asking me for personal information? I'm not telling you. So keep that in mind. And then step 4 is that you lead the conversation.
All right. So what do you think about that? Not letting the girl lead the convo.
Well, it depends where she's leading it. If she's leading it towards sex, then I don't see a problem with it. If she's leading it in a in a direction that's beneficial, and let's say, for example, if she's setting frames that would be like good for the interaction, let's just imagine that the girl starts bringing up sex, for example, or that the girl starts talking about like, hey, being open-minded is a good thing. Or she could say like, hey, yeah, look, I don't agree with the conservative culture in my country. Then we don't want to punish her for setting those positive frames. So I think that is a very black or white kind of thinking, which, that could fuck up a lot of interaction for guys if they would be thinking that way. I think what you really need to be doing is you need to be aware of the frames that the girls are setting, and you need to go against the frames that are working against you, but you need to also help her amplify the ones that are working in your favor.
Cool. So what would you say if a girl messages you, Alex, and says, how are you?
It'd be like, absolutely fucking amazing! Exclamation mark. And she's gonna ask, why are you amazing, DHV?
Cool. Easy. Yeah, I think that's a good point. Like it's such an ego thing to be like, never let a girl ask you a question, never let her lead the conversation. Yeah, I think if she's leading in the right place, sure. I think the mistake that a lot of guys make that maybe we can take from this is sometimes a girl will ask like 4 questions, right? She'll be like, how was your weekend? And what are you up to right now? And did you want to XYZ? And like they'll have like 4 tangents. And this is something Swift teaches a lot, I know, right? Which is just pick whichever tangent is actually going to take you forward and to, eventually you meeting up with her or you being able to DHV or sexualize. Like you don't have to like entertain 4 tangents of conversation and talk about everything. It's like, like let her, she can be leading in a way, but you're guiding her down the right path.
And a lot of guys think, oh, well, I'm getting investment. Like she's asking questions, I'm going to reply to everything she asks, and she's kind of leading, but I'm getting investment. But then they're fucking confused when the girl just stops fucking replying all of a sudden out of nowhere, and then they get feedback. Yeah, just we don't have a connection. It's kind of boring. It's like, well, I mean, you have to take, like you said, take one topic that you can kind of DHV and make it more interesting and go down that path. You don't have to answer every fucking question the girl asks, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
So that is
to where you want it, which it should be, to meet up within a maximum of a couple of days. If you cannot meet up, I don't really respect you personally. I'm just going to give you my personal opinion here. If you can't meet up within a few days, chances are you are very low value and you're texting her because she's the only girl that you currently can get. And so, she lives in a different country and you can't see her for 3 weeks or whatever. It kind of shows me, at least, and it shows everyone else, and it shows you, and it shows her that you don't exactly have much respect for yourself because
I
don't want to text him.
That makes no fucking sense. Yeah. I mean, how many leads do we have in Warsaw where we're not meeting within the first 3 days? I mean, sometimes it's weeks or fucking months before we meet any of these fucking girls. And it's the exact fucking opposite. We have too many fucking leads, right? Yeah. Or we're too busy to actually meet all these girls within fucking, 1, 2, or 3 fucking days. It's fucking stupid. I think it could be the opposite of what he's fucking explaining, right? It's like, this is the only girl that you could meet, is the one that would actually want to meet with you within the first 3 days.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think that's fucking bullshit.
I think...
again, I think it's like an ego thing here too. Like, it sounds like he just shit on the red pill at the start for basically just going straight for the meat. His advice is literally say you're cute, ignore whatever she says, and then go for the meat. And if you don't get the meat within 3 days, then hey, you know what? You don't need her anyway, right? Like this seems like the strategy here. Like, look, if you have a girl that is overseas and can't see you for 3 weeks, why does that mean you have zero respect for yourself? Just wait until she comes into your city and then fuck her then. Like, how is this like? If you miss the 3-day window, then just give up.
Yeah, I mean that's almost like Mr. 7-hour rule. But benefit of the doubt, maybe he means that someone is just has such few options that they're like switching their Tinder to Thailand, and if they match with one Thai girl and they're messaging their only lead on the other side of the world, or something like that. But that would be like an extreme example. I doubt that's what he means. But
yeah, okay.
Somebody, did you wanted to connect with this girl, and quite frankly, especially for men, but even for women, the physical elements of our relationship with a woman and our love with a woman is incredibly important. And if you cannot meet her within a few days, it just dies. So in step 4, you are going to leave the conversation.
That's not true.
But that just means that he can't hold a conversation for longer than a couple of messages or a couple of days.
I mean, because his tactic is literally, you are cute, ignore a message, go for the meet.
Yeah.
And now if she doesn't go for the meet, like, what's he going to do? Right? Like, he's stuck. Like, he doesn't know how to continue this conversation, how to keep it interesting, how to, like, he's stuck now. So in his mind, it's like, okay, well, now it's dead, I guess.
Let's just think about it logically. If you're running good game and you're increasing your value and you're increasing her emotions with every single message, shouldn't the longer you text the girl make the interaction better? Unless you're running negative game, right? If your conversations are dying out within a couple of days, the more you talk to her, that just means that you're running negative game.
True.
Conversation to where you want it, which is to organize a date within the next few days. And so let's talk about that date. So step 5 is to structure this date, and it's going to be something specifically that you are going to do anyway. That makes it incredibly easy and also more attractive to invite this girl to do that. And this is where the sexiness of this guide goes away, and all the spurgs will start getting disinterested because they don't do anything fun. That's the sad fact, is if you're only doing fun stuff, if you're only planning fun stuff when you meet with a girl, and if you probably don't even do fun stuff with girls, then you're not going to be attractive anyway. This is why most young guys are so repulsive to women, because you don't do anything other than watch these dumb self-improvement videos. What are you going to text this girl like, hey, do you want to watch Hamza's new video? Like that would be a sick day, I'm not going to lie. But she wants to enter your life. She doesn't want your life to be changed because of her. So you should already be doing fun, cool, adventurous stuff. But the thing is, you don't. That's why you're watching this type of autistic level video right now, how to text girls. If you were doing fun stuff...
Hold on.
I love how he shits on this video. That's like this dumb video.
I know so many guys who are so fucking successful in every other area of life. Like they're CEOs, they're in amazing shape, they're absolutely fucking killing it in every other area. So that is just a blanket statement. He's talking to his like fucking 18-year-olds who are watching this shit. This is very different from the guys that we're coaching. They're fucking killing it in other areas. So I don't think that's necessarily true what he's saying. I think in a lot of cases that's just incorrect.
Yeah, I think he does have a point though. If you are someone that like doesn't have a life outside of game, then you should probably have one 100%.
Yeah,
but it sounds like what he's trying to say is that you should be like inviting your girl to like a workout or like a hike or fucking, I don't know, League of Legends competition or some shit. I don't know. Like,
I'll do that.
Let's see.
You wouldn't need this guide, but my videos are for Jeffries, and so I will help you through this. Okay, what you need to start doing, which is stupid, like basic ass advice that you're gonna get pissed off at, you have to leave your house and actually go try new things. Like, how many times have you heard that one piece of advice from your mother and from me? Try new things. Like, it's as simple. I'll give you the basic autistic level help here. It's as simple as going onto Google Maps maybe, and just seeing a few different places around you. Oh, there's a bar over here. There's a park over here. There's a comedy club here. That's what you're going to invite her to. But first, you're going to go to those places anyway. And so for step 5, how are you going to invite?
All right. So what do you guys think about inviting her to, what did he say? Bar, comedy club, park, or other activities in your area?
I mean, I don't. I mean, we are more like just invite the girl over to your place and maybe have a drink or just fuck, or cafe, right? I mean, you could have fun at a cafe. Like, if you're not a boring person, right?
Yeah.
You're charismatic. Like, the girl's not gonna give a fuck.
Yeah.
She's not gonna care.
I think taking the girl to like a comedy club, you're not the center of attention there. I don't think that's necessarily going to be beneficial in any way, shape, or form. I guess, I mean, if you take her out to a bar, you can game her, you can pull and shit, but I don't think that stuff is very necessary.
And also, like, imagine you take, I don't know, some guy's gonna take his advice and take his first date on a yacht or some shit like that, right?
Yeah.
Or something crazy, some crazy fucking event, and whole night or day mapped out with all these cool and fun things. I mean, what do you think she's going to be expecting on the second date, and the third meet, and the fourth meet? Like, fuck. I mean, you've been dating her for 3 fucking months. It's like, when are you going to take me to Dubai or like to fucking Bali? And
where's my helicopter?
What now? We're just going to a cafe and having a coffee?
Yeah,
Like,
like
no.
I'm getting downgraded from the first date.
Yeah.
Fuck is this?
Yeah, and it's like,
Yeah.
fuck. Like, I took one girl to fucking cat cafe. Okay, like first girl I didn't just meet here in my apartment. Okay, first girl in like a year and a half. And then I went to the movies. I'm like, fuck, all right, we'll go to the movies. And then it was kind of like, all right, what do you want to do next? Like, you want to go on this trip? And like, there's some like cool concert, and then this is something cool we could do. And
That's
it's like,
when you have to be like, all right, hey, look.
listen. I really wanted to go see Cats, and Alex wouldn't go with me, so I just happened to take you. Okay, I really wanted to go see a movie. It's been a couple years since I went to the theater. Alex is not going to the movie theater with me, so I took you. And now it's like there's all these expectations, and I had to like calm down.
Yeah,
fucking chill.
That's actually a good thing. You put them in competition against me.
Against
Actually a good thing.
Yeah, so it's about like working up to it, and I like the idea of thinking it almost like a fucking, what are those like gambling machines called? Like the lottery thing? I don't know what.
Yeah,
it's
like a slot.
right? Slot machine. That's the one.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean these cool dates should be every now and again, and should be like waiting and not expecting it. But yeah, you got to worry about the frame, right? Because if you're, as Swift said, taking a girl on a yacht, not only does she expect it, but it's also like you want her to be attracted to you. If you're just inviting every girl on a yacht and you're finding, oh, they're all saying yes to coming on this amazing yacht, but then I just get friend zoned right away, it's probably because they're going for the yacht and not for you. So I think like structuring a date to be the easiest to like build sexual tension and close is going to be something super simple, like over to your place, or just, you know, go get a drink somewhere, right? And make it about you two.
Yeah, and I think it should be a privilege, you know, to get to the point where you're like I mean, I'm like starting off like taking a girl to for coffee, right? Like I had
like a big thing.
I had a regular in Las Vegas. Okay, I only saw her in my apartment for 6 or 7 months, and she's like, "Why don't we ever go anywhere?" And I go, "You're right. It's been 6 months." I took her to Starbucks for one coffee, and I'm like, "All right, hey, you went somewhere." Now that's fucking extreme, right? I'm not saying like everyone never do anything with your girls or whatever. Like, you know, if we had, like Mark, you do more things with your girls and everything, and that's fine. Like me and Alex, we do a lot less, right? It's like a privilege to like do certain things. I'm not saying be that extreme, obviously, but I'm saying like you should. Like I tell my girls, I'm like, you understand how long it takes. Like my last rotation girl or last regular, it took them 6 months to be able to go on a trip with me or to do certain things. Like you have to earn it and work up. It's sort of, you have to invest a lot, right? You have to invest a lot to get to a certain point where, you know, you get to go on certain trips other girls don't get to. And it's also for them, like they understand that's like a measure of where they are relative to your other girls.
Oh yes. So like, oh dude,
So like they understand. They know I have other fucking girls, like other wives or other rotation girls, and they know their names and they know their photo, they know what they look like, and they know that, like, you know, I'll just make up a name. They know Paulina, you know, she only got a cafe like 6 months in. Like she only got coffee one time. She's only at the level of getting like having dinner once every 3 months or some shit. Yeah. And so if like, fuck, now I took her to dinner and now I took her on like a nice little weekend trip to the lake. She knows like, fuck, I earned a particular level and I have
it's
to
like a hierarchy.
It's a hierarchy, right? And if you're just taking fucking every girl that you go on a date with that you just fucking met to the yacht and doing all this fun shit, it's just, I think it's a bad way to fucking start.
Yeah.
I
think it's
so
best
everyone asking
sexual frame.
Oh, sorry.
And no, I think it's best to just start off sexual frame, like, and take it from there. Like, I would never, you know, want to do, like, I don't want to do an activity on the first date because I really think that sets the wrong frame. At least the one that you want to start with, you can introduce that later on.
Yeah.
Unless you're Mark and you bring your other girls on that date.
Exactly.
If you're Mark and you have like 10 fucking rotation girls at some event that you're taking this new girl and you're like,
you can come on the yacht.
listen,
Exactly.
I took you here and like,
And then you have like a 12 sum at the end of the night.
You have like just a huge orgy with this new fucking girl.
And you're allowed to do it.
Yeah. But that's actually true. Like you had a situation where you had 3 or 4 girls that you had already fucked, and there was like the 5th girl. It was like your first time meeting, and you brought her in for a 5-some on the first meet or some shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it's funny enough, like your parties or both parties. But if I'm going out on one of these boats with like a bunch of girls, then I'll invite some new ones and try to get like group sex.
That's good. Yeah.
Anyone asking questions in the chat, by the way, we'll get to them at the end. So feel free to keep posting them up, and then we'll go through at the end of this.
Invite her onto the date. This is the message you're going to send. I'm going to do X. Would you like to join me? That's instantly 10 times more attractive than the standard shit that guys send, which is like, oh, do you wanna hang out sometime? Do you wanna Netflix and chill? Do you wanna like do something? No. Now, step 6, in case she wasn't very extremely responsive to that and she didn't immediately say yes, is to rearrange the dates.
Hang on. So, okay, this is the structure so far. Hey, I think you're cute. Thanks, I think you're cute too. How are you going? Hey, I'm about to go to the comedy club. Would you like to come with me? And then step number 6 is rearrange after she says no.
That's like when Mystery puts
so
LMR in his fucking structure. Like,
yeah, it's so retarded. I mean, I think it's better if you're just more upfront with the goal and have the compliance for it. Like, it shouldn't be this soft, oh, I'm doing it anyway. It's like, again, the ego, like trying to save yourself from rejection. It's like, oh, if you don't want to go, it's fine. I'm going anyway. Right? Like, no, just invite her to what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah, and also, hold on. And also, look, if a girl just wants to get fucked, which is the case with a lot of girls, they literally just want to get banged the fuck out. She's going to say no to the comedy club, but she will say yes to coming to your place.
Exactly. The example he gave, the girl said, I think you're cute too. Please ragdoll me. That was a screenshot at the start, right?
Yeah.
So imagine a girl says, please ragdoll me. And then he's like, hey, I'm going to a comedy club. Would you like to come with? She was like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah, it's like you can't take a fucking hint.
No.
Yeah.
Couple of times. I'll leave it up to you. I would suggest 1 to a maximum of 3 times that if she says, oh, I can't do that, or I'm not really into that, she'll say, oh, I'm sorry, I can't do Friday night. And so you say, okay, no worries. What's your schedule looking like? She should make it easy for you to get this date booked in. If it feels difficult to get it booked in, she's not really that interested in you. And if you do somehow like trick her into coming out on the date, she's going to be like the type of girl, because she's not interested in you, she's not even attracted to you. She's just going to be on her phone whilst you're out together.
Fuck, dude. Holy fuck. So he's saying that, you can't build more value and build more compliance, basically. It's like, hey, either she's down or she's not. If she's making it difficult, it's for no apparent reason that you can't fix, and it's just nothing.
And he's just chasing hard. It's like, hey, I'm doing this thing. Do you want to come with me? She's like, no. And then he's like, oh, well, how about this day? She's like, no. And then he's like, oh, well, how about we do this? She's like, no. Okay, well, I tried 3 times.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I mean, look, if a girl is hesitant to meeting up, there are two possible reasons for it, actually 3. So number 1 is you lack value, which in that case, you need to find a way to fucking build the value. Ideally, you want to do that before you ask the girl to meet. That's the trick. You build the value before you ask her to meet so that you never get a negative response to meeting up with her. Second of all, there could be a concern or it could be an objection. Well, there are ways that you can actually get that out of the girl before you ask her to meet up. So that's what we use soft closing for example. We have soft closing, we have other messages that could trigger the girl to, voice her concern or objection before you really go for it. So for example, one of the messages that you like to send is like, we can only do this if you're actually ready for it. And then she could say like, hey, actually, like, I don't know, I'm feeling nervous about this, and you can handle it before you get a no to meeting up. So that's one way to do it. And the third reason she's not meeting up is just because, she's not available that day. But that's why you never ask the girl to be like, hey, do you want to meet up tonight? I'm doing this. Or hey, do you want to meet up on Friday? You don't do that. You screen the fucking logistic and schedule first, so you can pick a day and time where she's already said she's available, so you can avoid negative compliance.
And also, I mean, he's making a mistake by setting up like very interesting and fun dates and everything. Because look, the girl, if she's not 100% bought in, right, but she's open. Let's say she's like kind of open to like getting to know you or meeting for a drink. Yeah. And you're like, I have this big thing planned out, and it's going to be a fucking 6-hour date, and you're gonna have to drive an hour away from your home or 30 minutes or whatever, and you're gonna be with me for this entire event or whatever it is that you have scheduled. Yeah. She's gonna be thinking, I don't want to be stuck with a guy that may be creepy or I just may not be into, and I have to do the whole like, oh no, my friend is sick, or she just got broken up with her boyfriend and I have to go comfort her. So she's thinking like, I don't want to be stuck. Just one coffee, right, is low compliance, and she could go in for a coffee and fucking out, right? So that's one way of handling a lot of fucking concerns. It's really one of the main concerns girls are going to have with fucking meeting you, especially if you like got a phone number in person and you didn't have a lot of time with her. You'll probably get more fucking dates that way if you just keep it very simple and have one fucking coffee.
Yeah.
And also it's better that way, right? You have one fucking coffee, you game a little bit and you fucking pull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Much better.
You only want to be meeting girls who actually are really attracted to you, which is again this unsexy answer.
Wait. Hold on. Fuck that. Fuck that.
That is so annoying.
No. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. You want to learn how to build attraction with every fucking girl so that every girl eventually gets attracted to you. Like that is such a fucking holy fuck. Whew.
Yeah, literally what he's doing is
girls are initially attracted.
Literally what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's like I will approach 1,000 women. I will meet them on Tinder, I'll match them on Tinder, I'll go in person, whatever. And do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna say you're cute, and then I'm gonna go for the meet. And fucking 900 and whatever many of them are not going to fucking do it. So he's going to be left with the leftovers that are just attracted to him because, right? Like that's his plan. Now he's a fairly attractive guy, like physically. So he'd get more than like most guys. But imagine you're a guy that's not that attractive, right? And that's your plan. You're just going out, telling girls they're cute, and then going for the meet. And when they don't say yes to meeting up with you, you then self-rationalize and say, oh, well, we wouldn't have been a good match anyway. And it wasn't really into me anyway. Right?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? It makes zero sense. Why would you not show more of your personality, show her more of yourself, and actually build that attraction? Right? It makes fucking zero sense.
Women first before women are actually attracted to you, and all the black pill slugs like, wait, what about genetics, Hamza? What about looks? How your navel candle shut up. So after you've tried to book in a date, let's say 1 to 3 times, if it's still not working, cut your losses, stop messaging her. Maybe potentially in like a month when you randomly see the messages again because you've been scrolling down your phone for some reason, maybe send
even the way he describes it, it's like he doesn't want to say, hey, wait a couple of months and then go back to her and like message her. He's like, no, wait a couple of months, and if you just happen to be, I don't know, like scrolling down your screen for no reason whatsoever, you just scroll. If you happen to just like, oh yeah, I just saw her name there, like I wasn't thinking about her or anything, then like sure, you can go, you can try her up again. Like, if this is your strategy, why not just say, I wait a month and then I message her again? Again, it's like this trying to protect himself from like
it's
feeling neat.
But what is
like happen to be scrolling past?
But what's really going to happen in between you just calling her cute, trying to set up some big fucking event as a date, and then you go, hey, I'm doing this anyway. You want to come with? Okay, no. I'm going to try in 1 month and then another month. I'll try 3 or 4 fucking times. But what's
nothing changed.
Like what's changed in between like, you fucking going for the date and her saying no and then doing it 3 more fucking times? Like, what's changed?
Nothing.
Another message then and go from there. But generally, if I can't get a date booked for the same week, I know that we're never going to meet. And it's
exactly. Even he knows it, right? It's like nothing's changed. It's not going to fucking
easier for me to just kind of forget this girl exists than to continue trying to set it up for the future. So step 7 is that the date is now booked. You're planning to meet.
He gives up way too easily, I would say. He gives up way too easily, and he's expecting that everything should come with absolutely, zero effort or zero strategy or anything. And that's just not the case, because I mean, if you're trying to fuck hot girls, they're going to have a lot of options. You need to find a way to make yourself stand out. And if you're trying to compete with just looks, very, very low chance that your looks are going to be good enough to beat all the other guys.
True.
But that's what he's doing, right? I mean, he's essentially just going by his looks.
Yeah,
that's all. Like it's all about fucking looks. I mean, you could tell this guy's he's not very good with women. He doesn't understand women. very fucking well.
Yeah.
7 p.m. on Friday. Up until then, every now and then, when your brain expresses it to you, you're now going to send what I just call emotional connection texts, which is as simple at this stage. Let's say you've just kind of met this girl from a dating app, and
isn't
you've
this what
spoken to
he
her.
said not to do in the beginning?
Yeah, exactly. He said, this is what the two things he said, Alex. Don't send fucking simpy meme texts and don't go for the meet right away. His advice is go for the meet right away and then send simpy meme texts.
Yeah, okay. So do it in the other
and
order.
then he says, on top of that, just send whatever the fuck you want. Be genuine.
Yeah, that is interesting. He just reversed the order. Like actually go for the meet first and then send the simpy message. But let's see what.
Wait, what is it? Is he saying that send a cute text after you try to rearrange?
No. This is saying, okay, for the fucking girls that are desperate, low value in you, like hugely SMV gapped over, right? So the girls that are like 3 points lower SMV than you that have said yes to this fucking date. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna simp, right? This is what you're gonna do, all right? So you found I don't want to be rude here, but like a girl that is punching above her weight, right? In terms of
or she's like nutritionally undisciplined, or
exactly. Exactly. That's a good way of putting it. Then what do you do? Let's send simple. We'll find out. I send cute. I assume they simpy meme text, but let's see.
Actually, just 10 messages. It's as simple as just randomly the next day, just texting her like, excited to see you tomorrow. As simple as that. It's something that if you feel that way.
Thinking about you, is that what you send before you with the girl you just met?
Dude, that would be a red flag to a lot of
girls. You know,
it would be a red flag. Super needy red flag.
What do you know any girls? By the way, that is different. Like you said, if this guy is, I don't know, let's say he's an 8 out of 10. Okay, yes, okay. If he's fucking talking to some girl that's a 4 or a 5, okay, she's thinking like, I got lucky right here, but. Imagine like just girls that you know now, like in your rotation. If you sent them like thinking about you, I've been thinking all night about meeting you and on our fucking picnic tomorrow. The girl's gonna be like,
they would be like, ooh, this is.
She's gonna think I'm trolling.
I mean, that's gonna be the first thing. They'll be like, okay, this guy is obviously fucking with me because it's so incongruent to his behavior. Exactly. But then if you keep doing it and you actually like convince them that you're like serious, they would be like, oh. Attraction drop.
Yeah.
But what is that text supposed to do? These cute texts.
That's a good question. Like I don't know what the aim of this is. Like the only time I'm sending something like this is this I'm thinking this girl is so insecure and like for some reason has given some crazy objection that like I could get any girl I want and like why have I picked her or some shit. Like it's the only reason I'm sending like a validation text. But even like thinking of you is probably too much.
Text her because it makes people feel good when you do this. And think about it for yourself. If a girl texted you like that, you would feel awesome. Now, if a girl has actually booked a date with you and she's going to meet you,
men and women
she's attracted to you
the same way.
Yeah, they think very differently. And to be honest, if I had a girl that was like simping super hard, I'd probably be a little less attractive.
Oh, I
really like, why is she so like? Unless I've displayed huge amounts of value, it's like, why is she so keen?
Interested in you. She likes something about you. Now, if she considers you somewhat high value, she doesn't know you like I do. I know you're a spurg, but and that means that if you send her one of these like emotional connecting text messages, it's actually gonna make her feel good. And all the like the pill guys, black pill, red pill, whatever, all these like little weirdy internet people will disagree with me and say, no, don't make her feel good.
I mean, I'm sorry, but like, I think both the red pill guys and the black pill guys are making way more sense than him.
Yeah, I never thought I'd say that. That's so true.
Won't feel good, especially the thing is if she's into you, which if she's got to be, if she's booking, like, you know, she can book the date and obviously like have other guys booked and not meet you and stuff, but we're going to assume that she's into us because it's the only way that we can truly operate. If she's into you, then why not make her feel good? So up until you're going to meet, maybe you'll send 1 to 2 messages per day, which is just kind of like this emotional connection.
There's something that crossed my mind right now.
Messages a day like this?
Yeah, that's crazy. Something that crossed my mind is he said something like, what exactly did he say? He said that if a girl is interested with you, she's going to make it easy for you to meet. Well, that's not always the case. If she thinks that you're very, very high value, she might actually try to make things harder for you. Yeah. So what I will say is especially if she thinks you're really, really, really high value, then exactly what you said could happen, that they could actually become much more insecure, and that in itself could become like a concern or an objection, which actually makes it harder. So yes, the higher value the girl perceives you to be is going to make it easier to meet up, but only up until like a certain threshold.
Connection. You're not going to send funny memes or anything or stuff to try and make her laugh. It's only about building up a little bit of a connection where you just kind of express what your brain is genuinely saying about her. So in your mind, through the next day, you'll get a thing of like, oh, I'm meeting that girl on Friday. You can literally just like tell her, I just got this thought in my mind, like, oh, I'm meeting that girl on Friday. That is authentic. Now, straight away, all the guys will disagree with me again. But the thing is, if that is the type of person you are, if that is what your brain...
That he's got a point. If you're a needy, fucking desperate man, then sure, show the girl how needy and desperate you are.
Mark.
Because guess what? She's gonna like the needy desperation. You're gonna set a very like relationship frame from the very fucking beginning. So yeah, I mean, sure.
I mean, Mark, he just shit on his fucking incel followers, his viewers. Like you guys are all low value fucking incels. But hey, be fucking genuine and tell her like all this incel fucking shit that you normally fucking would do. It makes no fucking sense.
It makes zero sense. Yeah.
If that is what you have genuinely thought, then if you express that genuine thought, you will filter out anyone who's not compatible with you. So if
there you go, the filtering. You'll filter out any girl with self-respect.
Let's say you send it to like a band.
If you're genuinely thinking something super fucked up, let's say, for example, what was something fucked up you could be thinking? What was like a fucked up message?
I can't wait to fucking
shit on your face.
I can't wait to lick your toes.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, that could be genuine.
Actually, I mean, you know what? That actually would not be so bad. I don't think. I think
at least it's a little bit sensual.
I think the foot fetish routine, where you're just thinking about her feet, would work better than thinking about you. I think.
Yeah, it probably would. Actually,
I mean, actually, I do agree with that. I do agree.
It's like, wait, this guy's kind of weird. Like he's sending me these lovey-dovey texts.
Yeah, he's
right. Like
exactly
I usually just sleep with guys who spit in my mouth. Well, then you're clearly not compatible with her. As men, you have to realize that we still need standards. And
so he's literally saying, if you're like socially awkward and desperate and needy, then you need to find someone compatible that likes the desperate, needy, socially awkward guy. Like, what type of women are these? Like, who the fuck is he expecting guys to go for? Like, it's literally
like girls with like attachment issues or something. They feel like reassured or validated when the guy is super desperate around.
And also, like he's like, oh, look, if she likes being her spit in her fucking mouth, then you're not compatible. Well, you're probably inexperienced, and you don't understand women, their archetypes, and what they need in bed. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna be one of those guys who settles down with some fucking 35-year-old woman, get married, and have no idea what this fucking chick is really into, right? Like every girl has some sort of fantasy. Whether it's getting, spit in her mouth or tied up, or every girl, even if she's a good girl, every girl has.
Especially
something. If you get into a relationship with these fucking girls and you have absolutely no idea, because you think that she's a good girl, she's not into those things, right? But she's just too fucking insecure. Or she thinks you're not the type of guy that I could open up about the things that I'm into. And that's gonna fuck up a whole fucking relationship. She's gonna go to Mark or Alex and fucking get spit in her mouth.
Yeah.
that we need, because we would sleep with anyone. The standards that we need is that we will only want to continue things with girls who are attracted to our genuine authenticity.
That's
the standard. If you show your authentic self and a woman isn't attracted to that, then she isn't up to your standard. So step 8
it's the other way around, dude. It's literally the other way around. Yeah. If she's not into you, then by definition you're not up to her standards. Like that is that is like so fucking stupid. That's like going to like a car shop and you want to buy a car, but you have too much money for the car or something. Like, I don't know. I can't even make like an analogy about this. It's so fucking retarded.
But also,
it's like going to a job interview. You don't get the job. And then you're like, yeah, the job didn't meet my standards. It's like, no, bro, you didn't get the fucking job. What do you mean?
But also, like I'm thinking, let's say 15 years ago, my authentic self like I knew then, and now looking back, my authentic self was not good enough. It just wasn't good enough, right? I didn't have enough experience, enough skills. I wasn't socially intelligent enough and confident and all these things, right? There's a number of things where I just wasn't good enough, my authentic self. So what do I do? Okay, well, I'm just gonna find a girl who is okay with my low value incel fucking self and not like do something to improve to get to the point where more fucking girls.
Exactly, and like this guy, his entire channel, from what I understand, is about self-improvement. So how the fuck can you at the same time be telling guys to improve themselves and telling them how to improve themselves, but at the same time saying that just be your genuine self? That is so fucking stupid.
So true. Like that's such a good point. Imagine any other skill, right? You're learning a guitar and being like, listen, play the guitar exactly as you're doing now. Don't ever change. Okay, you just stay genuine, right?
Yeah.
Oh, but I'm also going to teach you how to get a lot better. Like it's just so incongruent.
Yeah.
Is then to meet for the day, to have a fun time. Maybe you'll even sleep with her, and especially if you do sleep with her, or even if you just kind of connect in any other way. Here right now is when it's very important to express that same type of texting behavior that you've been doing. So let's say you meet for the day, you have a good time. After that, you're still going to text in the exact same somewhat business formal manner with also the emotional connecting text in between. So the business formal manner is how you get the date.
Okay.
Text is how you just kind of express how you're feeling about her. It's so important to do those emotional texts because that is how you filter out the women who are actually for you. So this texting strategy, kind of like cringy.
Okay, hold on. Wait. So he's saying continue. So that means send a couple texts every single day. Yeah. Every day, send a couple texts. You're trying to get the next meet and the next meet while sending, thinking about you. Holy I cannot wait to see you. Like our date was so magical, and I'm thinking about you. I would like to see you again. That's what he's saying every single day.
Dude, I just want to see one text interaction of this. I just want to see one. This is crazy.
I don't think he's going to show full interaction.
Your honesty, your authenticity, and your confidence, and that's why it works. That's why it works better than every other guide that I've personally followed. Let's go through some frequently asked questions. Now, the best question you can ask, which no one asks, is what is the best mindset that I should hold when texting girls? If you can get the mindset nailed down, honestly, you'll be successful. But no one asks about that. Everyone's like, oh, but which meme should I send? How should I send her a message 3 days or 5 days later? 17 minutes? Or no, just shut the fuck up, bro. The mindset is all that matters. What is the best mindset that you can have? It's number one, to know that for men, it is always a numbers game, which means that in the beginning stages, you need quite a low emotional investment.
No. For fuck's sake.
Numbers game argument.
Oh my god.
He just at the beginning he says that he used to play a numbers game. And his text game has changed over the years since he was 17 or 18. Now he's saying that it's still a numbers game. Nothing's changed. His texting.
Yeah, because instead of going from simping and going for the meat right away, now what he does is go for the meat right away, simp, and numbers are all that matters.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same shit but a different order.
This one particular girl, you need to convey abundance. What that means is that you either need to have other women in your life, or you need to pretend like you have other women in your life. You need to just kind of like act like you do. The reason for this mindset is because, quite frankly, you're not going to meet up 99% of the girls that you ever interact with. That's just honest. 99%.
Jesus Christ.
99%.
99%.
Wow. The women you interact with, you'll never meet.
Hey, guys, if you join the mastermind, we guarantee a better success rate than 99%.
Yeah.
All right, we'll just throw that out there. We guarantee more than 99%.
We will refund you.
We will refund you.
Yeah.
10% of the girls that you match with on Tinder, that you meet in public and whatever, you're never actually going to meet them. You're probably going to meet about 1% of girls. Because put it this way, you've come across probably hundreds, probably thousands of girls on social media, dating apps and everything. And how many girls have you actually like truly met up over the last few years? Probably like tens, right? So it's about 1%. And so you need to
go back.
Tens of women?
What? No, he said 10 girls from online.
In the last few years.
He said 10 girls from all the
apps. Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, Happen.
Out of 1,000?
Yeah. I mean, what the fuck?
No. That's insane. All right.
1% chance that you meet this girl, and don't let that, kind of like depress you or anything. Just think to yourself, okay, there's probably a 1% chance, like, I'm not really going to care so much right now. You still, if you end up, thinking about her, then you're going to express that thought.
Okay, by the way, the reason you should do this, like, I actually agree with this point. You don't want to be overly invested right away. So this idea of like, maybe it doesn't work, maybe it doesn't go anywhere, isn't a bad mindset to actually have. The reason you have this mindset is so that you don't become overly invested and needy and push the girl away. But what he's actually saying is, okay, guys, be very careful you don't have a needy mindset. Be very careful, okay? So have an abundance mindset even if you don't have goals. Yeah. Tell yourself it's only a 1% chance. Yeah. But then he's telling them technically wise to then act super fucking needy. What's the point of thinking I have hundreds of women if you're going to message her twice a day saying I miss you?
Yeah, because the girl is going to think that she's the only girl you have if you're doing that shit.
Jesus Christ.
But you're also going to think, yeah, there was a 1% chance anyway. So if she, for example, ignores your message, or she says, she can't meet you, whatever, she's not interested in you, there's only a 1% chance you're going to meet her anyway. So you just get on to the next one. The second is probably more important mindset that you should really, really note down. Girls just want to have fun. Girls go where the fun is. Now, if you're living a fun life, girls will automatically enter your life. Now, if you're trying to have fun through text, girls will automatically leave your life. She can't be your fun. She has to be invited into the fun. Again, this is why most young guys are terrible with girls, because you're not actually living a fun life. You're not actually doing anything like good with your life, quite frankly. You're trying to have fun texting girls. Girls don't want to have fun texting. They just want to enter.
Sorry, bro.
Or because they're listening to this shit. That's why they're struggling.
Yeah, true.
An already fun lifestyle. The second, probably most asked question is, how often should I text? How long should I wait between my texts? That tells me you're a bit of a spurg and you're just overthinking it. When you see her message and you're currently in a personal life mood, reply. So what I mean by personal life is that you're currently not, for example, studying. You're currently not, for example, working. So in my specific example, I'm working, I'm doing my business work till probably about 5 till 8 p.m. or something. And I'm in business.
1 second. I agree that, like, largely, like, the timing of the messages are not super important. But I feel like if you're doing what he's doing, the timing becomes much more important, because, like, everything you're doing is super needy, right? So the more you do it, the needier you're going to look. But he's also saying that guys are overthinking. He's giving guys shit for overthinking. Well, I would argue that he's massively underthinking. And I would rather be overthinking than underthinking, that's for sure.
True, yeah. What do you guys think in terms of, like, how often to text, or whether you should wait, or...
Well, what are you trying to do? It's contextual.
Like,
yeah.
All right. So, okay. I mean, okay, say I'm on Tinder and I message a girl like, hey, like, whatever, opening message. Hey, I wish I was that, blah, blah. Yeah. Then 4 hours, 13 minutes, and 20 seconds later, she replies.
Yeah.
What should I do?
Message her while she still has the phone in her hand. The best thing you could do is respond literally like 1 second after she sent her message.
Okay, and then I send it, and then 12 minutes later she replies. What should I do?
Immediately
reply.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah,
I mean, what I like to do is, I mean, look, because girls will go through periods where they'll be active on the app. So they may be active only for that night, or for that moment right there, or for the next few days. I like to do all the texting as quickly as possible. So I'm not going, oh, well, she texted fucking 5 hours, so I'm going to wait 5 hours, and then you're just never going to fucking, like, close the girl if you do that. I want to text. I want to do all the texting while she's active, and I want to move her over from Tinder and move her over to, iMessage or Instagram is what I do now, is move them all to Instagram. That way that you have all the value built up, all the texting is done. Yeah. And you have maybe you soft close, or like, hey, we should do something sometime, or we should meet up. Then you move her over. Now, then if I want to just fucking do nothing and just like leave her there and, like, fucking maybe hit her up in a week or 2 weeks or something, I could do that, because I have all the investment and I've displayed my value and all those things, right?
And also, if you start playing this game with the girl where you're trying to match each other's time to respond, let's say that you send a message and the girl responds 1 hour after, and then you're like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna wait 1 hour and 15 minutes to be less invested than her. And then she's thinking the same thing. She's like, okay, this motherfucker, I'm gonna wait 2 hours. Then the guy's like, I'm like 4 hours. And then, like, that snowballs, and by the end of it, there's like a 2-day response time between the messages, and, like, nothing is ever going to happen. So I think that's just stupid. Like, a big part of why I want to message immediately too is that so that girls don't start thinking that they need to play that game. because that would fucking ruin the interaction.
Always in a personal life mode to the point that you feel like you can reply constantly. That shows me that you're a loser, and that shows me that you've got bigger problems than learning how to text. If it sounds like you're probably getting pissed off that I just insulted you. You should consider a dopamine detox, and it will change your life. But
hold on. It's like every time someone isn't agreeing with him, they're a loser.
Yeah.
This thing, either
This is the funny thing,
you're a
like,
loser.
He's okay, what it sounds like is he thinks his whole audience is fucking autistic guys with zero social skills whatsoever, and his best advice is given, not his best, but like his advice that he said is most important is to just do whatever you think and be yourself. Right? Like
the thing is, even if you're not like a fucking retard, if you're a guy who is not very skilled with these things, by the way, you don't have to be a retard to not be good with women. You know, a lot of guys who are super fucking smart and, you know, successful in every other area, but it's just, this is a different skill set. So like you being bad with women has nothing to do with you being autistic, Asperger's, retarded, or whatever. So it's a completely different skill set. It's just
the skill set we all learned it, right? Like
it's like you can be a smart guy, but if you don't have experience or references, you might actually think what he's saying, like, okay, well, it sounds like it would make sense, so I'm gonna go with this.
Then you end up fucking getting no women.
You sound like a spurg. Third very important question is, what if we can't meet because of X? What if we can't meet because she lives in a different country, or because she lives really far away, or because of the COVID lockdown rules or anything? And to that, I want to respond with a question to you. Do you really want a texting buddy? Now, you might think, oh, yes, like texting is kind of fun. I've enjoyed texting her. Bullshit. You've enjoyed texting her, but it isn't the texting that you actually wanted to do. You've just enjoyed connecting with a woman. But this level of connection through text messages is nothing compared to the real life connection. Like an internet relationship is not a substitute for a real relationship. High value men do not have relationships through the internet. So again, if you're considering something like this, you really do have to take like a look at yourself and think, why am I settling for this? And finally, the last major question.
I mean, look, I agree with that. You shouldn't be just texting a girl, never wanting to meet. But if she can't meet because of X, then deal with X, right? Like that's the thing. If she can't meet because she doesn't think you're cool enough and there's not enough value there and she doesn't know who the fuck you are, then start showing some fucking value. If she can't meet because she's on a period, then deal with that objection. If she can't meet because she has work the next morning, then deal with that objection. Like either meet her another day or do it earlier or make it like easy for her to get home. Like if she can't meet because of X, solve X. Don't give up and rationalize that she doesn't deserve you anyway or whatever the fucking rationalization is. The next one.
I mean, I love how he's talking about being a high value guy, but still blowing the girl with like, hey, I can't wait to meet you. Oh my God, baby, you're the only one. But also at the same time, not mentioning anything about how to display your high value. Doesn't matter how high value you are if you don't know how to display it. Useless.
Question is, what if I truly enjoy texting? Can I send her memes? You know, it's mutual interest. We like memes. And to that, I want to bring back the former point that I had, that girls just want to have fun. And the issue is that if she's having a fun text conversation with what seems like a boring guy, and boring guys, like you're a boring guy. If you're talking about memes and shit, let's be honest, your life's not that great. She's then going to keep you at that level of just texting. Think about what you're conveying to her. Your life's not that interesting. You're over-investing into this girl. You're spending your own time trying to make her laugh and sending memes and funny pictures and stuff. She's actually getting some fun out of the conversation. She's messaging you back and everything. It's so exciting for you to get this connection with a woman. The issue is that she's essentially getting the best of you already, which is that she knows you're not going to be much better in person. And so she's never going to actually meet you. You've just reduced yourself to a notification on her phone. Now, you're happy with that in terms of what you get from her, which is
similar things already.
He's literally... That's
describing what he's doing.
Yeah,
that's a strategy. Like, what is he talking?
That is the structure, but look, he's also talking all this shit about being genuine and authentic. What if I genuinely, authentically just want to blow her the fuck up all day then?
Yeah. What if I want to send her a message every 2 minutes? What if I want to fucking call her 40 times?
Yeah,
it's retarded.
On your phone. Because that's, you know, it validates you getting this cute girl's like name and pop up on your phone. But that was never what you wanted anyway. The issue with these fun text conversations that the younger guys say, like, oh, you know, text game's absolutely necessary. She won't meet you unless you text her for 17 days first. It shows what type of guy you are. She is going to enjoy those conversations. She is going to enjoy those memes. But she's never then going to actually think, oh, let me go meet this guy. She wants to meet the guy who she's, one, attracted to, two, she's interested in, and three, that she wants to see more of. She wants
do you know where I think this is coming from? Right? I'm trying to think about how this guy thinks. It seems like what happens with this strategy is he might get some actual girls that hang on to the I'm thinking of you, you're amazing, you're great. for like a long time. So basically his strategy is, hey, you're really cute, go for the meet. Most girls say no 3 times. But then there's some girls that like keep him lingering for a bit, basically like friend zone him, get some validating messages every day. And so he's looking back on this and be like, oh, okay, fuck. Like, don't be the friend zone guy, right? Like, you're better than that. Don't be the friend zone guy, da, da, da. I think that's where that message is coming from. But if you actually are building value, sexualizing, you're not friend zone, you're having a good interaction, then you can.
She will never let you friend zone.
I think because look, I have experience with Indians and their Indian ego. So I think what he's doing is, this is a lot of fucking Indians will do this, especially with white girls, is okay. There's like a sort of subconscious, maybe it's conscious. He understands that sending these messages is too much, right? But he's so afraid of fucking rejection. He's so afraid of rejection. So he's thinking, okay, I'm going to rationalize and say, you know, if they don't respond well to this, then there's no connection. Okay, so now he's solved that for his mind. He's rationalized that area. So now if the girl... now, if he sends out these really needy messages, these cute messages he calls them, and they latch on to it, that is a very obvious confirmation that these girls are going to validate him and be compliant. So it's a very safe bet to move this forward. Now he's thinking, okay, I sent the cringiest cutie fucking message, and they responded well to that. So now he feels a lot better. He feels like it's going to be so safe that he will not get rejected. But he wants the girls to reject him from the start by sending those cute messages. Like, he wants to get those girls out of the way because he's in like one stage of rationalization. So he's got a mindset for it already. Stage 1, here's a rationalization. So now, okay, that didn't move forward. My rationalization is in place. You know, I've trained myself to feel good about this, my Indian ego. And now, okay, the girls that validate me and accept my cringy fucking text, this is safe. Let's move forward. That is what he's fucking doing.
Then there's a connection.
Sure. And then he calls it a connection.
Connection.
Figure you out. If you're already giving her everything through text, she doesn't need to meet you. You'll be reduced to just that texting buddy for her, and she's got a lot of those texting buddies. Like, maybe it's my ego or something, bro. And my heart goes out.
Maybe it's my ego or something. Yeah, I think it is.
There we go.
It's the same thing where she's got 10 guys unopened on her Snapchat and her Instagram and her text. My heart goes out to these losers because they're sending her paragraphs on paragraphs on paragraphs. They've been having such deep conversation, and these girls meet me when I send them a sentence. If you think that I'm boasting, this channel probably not for you. I'm just telling you what's truly worked for me over the last year of this development, over the last 5-6 years of this development. The business formal manner, sending emotional connection text in the middle. Now, since you watched all this video, what I'll do is I'll give you a little extra treat, and I'll just have a bunch of screenshots of my
read. I actually think the girl feels emotionally connected from one text message.
Let's have a look. Thinking of you, you're cute. Ouch.
I would be like,
Scene? No reply. Apologies, Eva. Tomorrow's tricky. I want to see you. Saturday, 7 p.m. We can have a picnic in the park and blah, 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 you down. That sounds nice. We can do that. Fantastic. I'm excited for it. You look like trouble. We need lads for porn. Easy on the eye production. What? Generally, we need guys for work. You definitely have the body. Okay, this is just someone trying to hire him for porn.
This is validation.
Yeah, they're just
validation text. Yeah,
we can still do something Saturday if you wanted. I'd like that. Okay, what time you can pick me up? I'll pick you up. Leave me now. Surprising. Okay.
I like this. I like the Bumble MILF that's coming to pick him up. Like she. Yeah.
And also we could give them guys a little advice on, like, can you go back to the screenshot?
Oh yeah, sorry. Let me share screen. Yep.
Like look, if you're in the mastermind, you kind of already know this because we have hundreds of posts and examples of me, Alex's text game, and Mark's as well. So like we can still do something Saturday if you want it. Like we would never send that. Like if you've been in the mastermind longer than a fucking week, you know to never send something like we could do something if you really wanted to, if you're okay with
maybe
this. Like, it's okay if you don't want to. No, it's hey, we are going to do this on Saturday. Okay, hey, I'm going to have so much fucking fun with you on Saturday. Everything is definitive, okay, is assumptive, and it's assertive. Okay, and what you get, and mastermind members get this feedback, and they're like, holy shit, I'm getting the same feedback that, you know, like you and Alex get in your fucking examples, right?
Yeah.
What do they say?
You're so confident.
You're so
Wow.
confident, right?
Yeah.
Wow, aren't you confident? So what you're getting is now the girl, just through the way you text, the girls are now perceiving you as more assertive and more confident. So now the girl's expecting, oh fuck, I should meet up with this guy because he's going to be more confident than these other guys I go on dates with who are saying, we could maybe do something if you want a picnic. I'm a fucking pussy, you know? Like, they're going to be like, all right, this guy's confident. He's assertive. I want to see this guy. I want to see if he's as confident and assertive as he texts.
Yeah.
So when you get that feedback, wow, aren't you confident? Game
very
over.
positive, yeah.
It's game over.
Yeah.
Continue doing that. That should be the way you text, the way you soft close, and the way you close.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think the advice he's giving, I think that on some level, the advice is coming from the right place. Like, I think he wants to help guys. I think he genuinely wants to help guys. But for the advice itself, it's unfortunately dog shit.
Yeah, truth. Straight up truth.
Yeah.
All right, how do I unshare? All right, let's go through the messages.
Yeah.
Gentstar, shoot me a DM on Instagram, Facebook. You can shoot me an email. I'll put it up here. Marcus@ultimatemanproject.com. And we can organize a stream, bro. All right, let me go through the messages.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a difference in text game between shorter periods texting and longer periods?
Yeah. I mean, of course there's going to be a difference, but it really depends on what the dynamic is. Like what is your relationship with her? Where did you meet? What does she know about you? Right? Like I'm always thinking about like how much value and attraction do I have in these interactions? And what is my game? What is a shorter period game? What is a longer period game? Right? So I want to know how she perceives me and how much value I have. Is she willing to fucking chase for the meet? Shorter periods, it really fucking depends on what your strategy. But I'm assuming shorter periods is you're trying to get a date in a short period of time, right? Like that day or the next day or in the next few days, right? So my strategy would be to DHV as much as possible, right? To be as interesting as humanly possible, to hook the girl essentially, right? Spike her emotions, hook her in some way so that she's interested. She's looking at your text and she's replying. She wants to fucking meet, right? There's curiosity and interest, right? So you're going to DHV. So you're going to display more value. You're going to create more attraction. Okay, you're going to display as much of the positive side of yourself in the shortest amount of time, right? Mm-hmm. So don't be like, well, I'm going to get investment. A lot of guys look for investment. Like if the investment is shit, if there's no point to the investment into the texting, then you're wasting your fucking time. If this is endless texting of, well, fuck, she's replying, she's compliant, right? She's investing. It means nothing because that girl could go, I'm bored. There's nothing interesting. I gave him a chance. I only invested as long as my patience allowed and nothing happened. He didn't move it forward. He didn't display anything interesting. I'm no longer interested. And she could disappear. And most guys go, what the fuck happened? She invested for 4 days or 5 days or whatever, or a full fucking day. So you need to display value. You need to make it interesting. You need to hook the girl and you need to start moving forward. So everything you text is for a fucking reason. And it's not to get investment, right? Now, of course, investment, you may want investment on particular topics, right? So if I bring up a sexual topic, I sexualize. Now, it would be very beneficial to get the girl to invest on that sexual topic. So if she starts talking about like what she's into sexually, what she's into in bed, her fantasies, or what her experiences have been on Tinder with other guys, on other dates, or other guys she slept with, then that's very good investment to get from the girl, right? You're kind of on that sexual topic, and it's going to be a lot easier to move it forward and to DHV and to display as experience around the things that she's into. And it's going to be easier to close the girl on something sexual so that she could come right over and you could, I don't know, tie her up if she's into shibari or something like that, right? So that would be the short term. Now, long term, I think it's the same fucking thing. It's essentially doing all those things at the beginning as quickly as possible. And long term, to me, is just pulling away after I've done those things. Like that's long term. That's not sending one or two cute fucking messages every single fucking
And what
day.
usually happens when you pull away?
They chase.
Yeah.
So you've already displayed value. She's attracted. She's actually interested. She's curious about you, right? Now she's sending feedback like, wow, aren't you confident, right? Ooh, Mr. Confident, you're very assertive. You pull away. Now, long term, that's really what you have to do is you pull away at this point because you have value, you have attraction, you have interest and curiosity. If you pull away, what is she going to do? She's going to now text you more, okay? She's going to text you more. Now, if you reply to her once every day or something, that's not needy or desperate, right? You're just replying to the girl who's chasing to meet up, right, to get your attention. So that's a different strategy, right? But it really depends on like the fucking context when you're talking about longer periods. But what it generally looks like for us is we have attraction and value. She's beginning to chase. She wants to meet, and we just pull away, and we just kind of reply every once in a while. Until
I mean, we've done shit where we're just testing to see how long we can get with the way we're doing it. Do you remember that Hungarian girl that I did that with like for 3 years or some shit?
I mean, we have a lot of examples, a lot of leads where we're doing this for months or even fucking years. They're still trying to meet up, and they're still every once in a while replying to fucking stories or be like, hey, how are you? And they're trying to maybe not be too desperate or needy to get the meet. Yeah. They kind of like ping. They ping you a little bit and try to bait you into investing, getting a conversation going in fucking meeting, right?
Yeah.
But then you just soft close. You just kind of do this soft close for like, hey, maybe sometime we can meet or something. I'm just really busy. And then you disappear and the girl's like, fuck, I have to be a little bit more assertive and like forward with fucking meeting, right? And now at this point, you've gotten the girl to chase. And if you're in the mastermind, that's where all the fucking needy chasing messages where all the guys go, fuck, I want girls to chase me like this for meets. Usually I'm getting flaked on. I'm not getting girls chasing. I'm the one sending 3-4 texts like fucking Hamza does. You know, he's sending all these goddamn messages. And it's like, well, this is what we do to get the girl to inevitably fucking chase and send all these messages.
And let's think about like, what is the point of doing this? The thing is, when you have them in that chasing position, you really have full control of the dynamic. You have full control over everything. So at that point, you can really create whatever the fuck you want. You can create a situation where, I know a lot of guys, they really love this shit where the girl is only seeing them, but you can see as many girls as you want. If you're able to create this chase, then you're going to be able to dictate exactly whatever the fuck you want that relationship to look like. That is the benefit of it. And that's where you can get girls to like introduce their friends to you for threesomes, and they're just sending you girls and shit. That's going to really help with that, because they're like, fuck, well, I have to actually provide more value here.
Yeah, and look, when you like that short term we talked about, when you build all your value, and especially pre-selection and everything, and you've created this perception, this identity from the girl's eyes that you're high value guy, right? So overall high value, sexually experienced, you have lots of women, you're busy, your career, all these things.
Dude, I had that like last week where actually one of the girls that you also know, she because I was doing this stuff, and she actually messaged me and told me she broke up with the $50 million guy because of this shit. Yeah. So that's really interesting. But yeah, guys, it's very powerful. Like you're getting them to chase like that.
Dude, I had the girl. I gave Alex a girl to fuck. Okay, the girl that you fucked last week. Yeah. You haven't been texting her.
No.
I haven't been texting her. On top of me not texting her, I gave her away to Alex. And she's like, how do you decide when to give away girls, right? You know? So you're not texting her. I'm not texting her. And she sent me a message saying, why the fuck do I only want guys who don't fucking text me a lot? Who don't go for the meets? Why? Tell me, can you explain this to me, right? And I thought this is amazing, because this is how most girls fucking think, right? Like the way that we text and we do our short-term and long-term sort of texting, but game in general, girls come to this conclusion and they start to chase, right? And she's asking, why is this happening? Now, I gave her one short answer, and then I ghosted her for a little bit because she just told me that it works, right? So she comes back with massive validation. She is over complimenting me. I am so fuck. She's watching this too.
Yeah,
she's watching this right now.
Yeah,
so I'm so glad, but she knows that I'm doing this. So whatever.
Yeah, of course. Like she's like a female. I showed her my spreadsheet. I showed her everything. And then I showed her a spreadsheet, and then she validates me on it. She's like, "Wow, it's absolutely amazing how your mind works." Wow, so
exactly.
she's doing that shit. Yeah,
but she sent me
but she's smart. She's good.
Very smart.
Yeah,
she kept sending me. I am so grateful and happy that there are men like you in this world. You are one of a kind.
You know what she said? She said she likes Andrew Tate type of guy.
Yeah, so that's
how she wanted to verbalize it.
Her archetype of guys is Andrew Tate guys.
Yeah,
that's what she likes.
Yeah,
it's not Hamza guys.
It's very, very different. Top G's. Top G's. All right.
So
well, actually,
we spoke about this a little bit, right? Is there anything you add to this? Like, what are some topics of banner?
If you're talking to a girl and she wants to meet next week, what are some of the topics and banter to chat about to keep the lead? It depends on the context and the dynamic between you two, right? Where is the interaction at the moment of you waiting for fucking 1 week, right? Like you have to sort of take a step back and analyze where you are in the interaction. Like, did you talk to her for 5 seconds at the mall and just get a number closed? You displayed no value, displayed nothing, and you're not quite sure how much attraction you even have with this fucking girl. What is the texting like once you got the number? Did you display any value? Is there any interest? Like, if you display some value, or you text her and hook her, and she's very interested in things that you've said so far over text in that short period of time, because you're putting all of that, displaying the value and building attraction and creating curiosity at the shorter period of the interaction. You're doing this as soon as possible, right? So like, where are you at this point? So if I know that it's going to be a week or two before I could even possibly meet this girl, well, I'm thinking there's two things. I need to text her this day. One day I need to text her, or 2 days. It could be 2 days, even it could be 3 days. It depends, like how quickly she's replying to your messages. But I need to build curiosity. I need to be more interesting. I need to show myself. I need to display some traits like confidence and being assertive and sexual experience or pre-selection. I need to do those things. Now, if I've done those things and I know that she's interested and hooked, then you need to worry less about like what the fuck you text in that week. You can literally say, hey, I'll text you in a week. I'll see you in a week. When are you back? I'm back on Thursday. I'll text you on Wednesday. Boom. The end. That's all you need. She's not going to forget about you if you displayed your value, and she's thinking of you. She's perceiving you as, wow, this guy is fucking, he's a top G, right? Like, this guy is high value. This guy could give me 30 fucking orgasms. It's sexualized at this point. Look, if girls know that you could tie them up and you have lots of girls and you could give her the greatest experience of her life, 1 week is nothing. You could literally fucking disappear and she will come back. And if you hit her up after a week, she will fucking reply. So do what you need to do to display your value and everything at the beginning. And waiting, what you do to keep this lead warm, you don't need to do fucking anything, actually. You don't need to do anything. Now, if you have an interesting Instagram, okay? If you don't have a massively fucking DLV Instagram, if you put the girl under IG, right? She gets to see your posts, she gets to see your stories, and they're somewhat interesting. Well, that's all you need to keep the lead warm, because she's going to be forced to see you and she'll start following you, right? So that's one way of keeping the lead warm.
Even close friends.
Friends.
Your close friend list could be completely around keeping girls warm, for example. But just personally, like, I prefer to be like, hey, look, if we're meeting on Wednesday, I'll be like, okay, I'll text you on like Tuesday just to confirm and actually like remind her in case she just forgets about it. That's what I typically tend to do.
Yeah, and like, I mean, we do a little bit more toxic shit. Like if we have a bunch of leads and we can't meet them, or we can't meet them because we have other leads, or we're busy
streaming this,
or the girl's on vacation, we'll just put all these girls in close friends.
Yeah.
So like there could be 10 girls, it could be 40 girls. It really depends. And then we'll just fucking post maybe things we've already posted like fucking weeks ago or months ago or last year. We'll just do a DHV string of text for that week, okay, and get the girl hooked. A lot of pre-selection, maybe traveling, whatever it is, and the girls will see that. And instead of like maybe going through all your like old stories, the girls will see that, and now she gets to see more of you, more of your personality and your lifestyle.
Yeah.
And what do you think is going to happen? This girl's going to be like, "Fuck, this guy's amazing. A lot of pre-selection, a lot of traveling, a lot of cool stories, a lot of cool shit, right?"
So for you guys that are on my close friends, actually, I have quite a lot of guys from YouTube on my close friends on Instagram. The stuff that I'm posting there, it's actually mainly for the girls who are also on the close friends. So the stuff that you see that is maybe like a little bit extra obnoxious is probably for the girls. All right.
All right. At what point in the conversation do you bring up going back to your place if you're meeting a girl at the bar, at the start of the date or at the end?
Towards the end, when she has decided that she wants to come back.
Yeah. You don't want to do it at the start.
No.
Right? Like that's Hamza's approach, right? Just go for it at the start, and fucking if it doesn't work, then you don't have a connection. You want to bring it up like, Vic, I always try to think, I want to have like one drink at the bar and then pull home. So I want to be at the bar no more than an hour, right? Like that's usually my mindset and my strategy. So I will have a drink. When I'm almost finished the drink, I'll say, hey, look, after these drinks, let's head back to mine. We can have a drink there. Or hopefully, if you've sexualized a little bit, you can go on that. Like we'll give you a massage, I'll tie you up, or your pussy, whatever it is. But what that does is if you wait to the end of the date and you're like walking out of the bar and then you say it, you have like no time to deal with any objections. So if the girl says as you're walking out of the bar and you're like, let's go to mine, and now she says something like, I've got work in the morning, I can't, I'm on my period. Like you have no time to deal with it. And so now you look needy and desperate. Now you're like, oh, hang on, but
yeah.
If you're in the bar, you almost finish your drink, and now she says, I have to get up in the morning, I'm on my period, whatever it might be. You can calmly deal with it. You got time. You can say, yeah, no worries, I understand. Have a sip of your drink, chat a little bit, then go, hang on, what time do you actually have to get up in the morning, right? Now you can deal with it in a very calm, non-needy, non-Hamza way. So that's how you should do it.
So it's funny, like the girl I most recently met up with in a bar, she actually had the same mindset as you. She's like, hey, I want to have one drink, and then we go to the guy's place. But like I was kind of enjoying just sitting there having a drink, and I could see like she was becoming almost a little bit like agitated that I wouldn't just like pull her immediately. So I'm like, okay, fuck, all right, I guess we'll go up then, fine. But ideally, like what I'm thinking is, I want to have the girl at a point where she has decided that she wants to fuck me. Before that, I don't want to go for the pull, because the likelihood of you getting a yes is way smaller, right? But that is different from her like being fully compliant to coming. Her wanting to fuck you and being compliant to coming is not necessarily the same thing, because she could still have objections and concerns, and that's what I think is great about Mark's point, that you want to get that out of the way while you still have time to handle it, so you don't need to look like a desperate fuck when you're trying to handle it.
Cool. Next question. What reminder text do you send the day before we meet? So I assume like the girl's coming over, or you got to come into a cafe or a bar. Do you send a reminder text or a confirmation text the day before?
Yeah, I mean, usually I might ask them like how are they getting here, and then I might offer to give them like an Uber. That is usually my re-engage. My reminder, I'll be like, are you coming here by public transport, or do you drive, or something like that? Because I might also need to get them parking, which has been the case actually like a lot of times. And if they say something like either public transport or like I don't know, then I'll be like, okay, let me know, and I can order you an Uber if you want, something like that. And that's like my re-engage. And also like my thinking behind it is that I don't want to have her thinking like, what if she's like last minute, she's like, oh fuck, like I'm a bit tired, I don't want to put in this effort of taking public transport. So just like one way to get that potential thing out of the way. So they know that, hey, look, I can get the easy Uber if I want.
What do you usually send anything Swift as a confirmation? What do you usually shoot out?
Yeah, I mean, it's something like Alex. It's like, how far away are you from this address, or how long do you need to get ready, or some bullshit like that.
Yeah, but pretty simple stuff. There's nothing fancy, nothing crazy, no memes.
Yeah, and like here, there's a lot of girls that will be coming from like like the other part of the fucking river, or 30 minutes away, and they're gonna be taking a bus or Ubering or driving or something. So I want to know like where they're fucking coming from if I need to fucking Uber them.
Yeah, and it's also here. It's like Uber. They see it as like a luxury.
Yeah, I always order them the Uber Black.
The Uber Black, That's the limo. Or...
Limo, yeah.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Sort of limo or,
you could order Uber helicopters in Dubai. I feel like that's kind of fuck. We need that here.
Time, yeah, we should do that next time.
I like that.
I'm gonna.
Anonymous said, so is being needy on now going to be called pulling a Hamza or the Hamza method? Yeah, I think so.
I think so. Yeah, maybe we'll come up with something catchier. But I like the idea.
Brown GB said, David, my Indian ego has increased tenfold since living around more Indians. Please help.
He will be back in like 1 minute. Hey, can you grab me one as well? Yeah, thanks.
VJ said, hey, Swifty and Alex, can I be added to your IG close friends list? I'd be curious to get some examples of those stories.
Adam,
just message me.
Orgasmic Bliss in 30. So orgasmic bliss in 30. Add me on fucking Instagram.
That's such a hilarious name.
I mean, you could. Anyone that messages me, I'll fucking add you to my close friends so you can see all the fucking DHB posts. Some things are a little bit out of context because they're specifically for particular fucking girls.
Yeah.
So if it looks like I'm posting some sort of provocative or triggering fucking story, it's for a very specific girl to provoke or to trigger.
Yeah. And you remove the ones that I would have like a bad effect on. You take them off the story for 24 hours. Have you guys been to Southeast Asia? Yes. I don't think the hotness is comparable at all, to be honest. Like you can't compare a lot of the girls in Southeast Asia to European girls. I think it's just a completely different standard. And also, I don't enjoy gaming girls in Southeast Asia because I think it's just too easy. It's not rewarding at all.
I mean, I've never been into fucking Asian girls. Like, I mean, like I don't know, before like 2017, I could count how many Asian girls I had. There's only a few Asian girls, but I had a lot more like traveling the world and traveling to Asia. I had a lot more Asian girls. But like I like Indonesian girls. Like they're fucking adorable.
I mean
they're cute. They're
nice.
Petite, they're small. They're fun. Like some Filipinos and Thai girls. Like they're actually, I like them. Now I don't know if they're exactly like my fucking.
But like when it comes to strictly hotness, I don't think it's comparable. I don't think we can take actually some fucking really hot Vietnamese girls, but like I don't think you can take like the average like Thai girl and put her up against the average Ukrainian girl. I think that's pretty fucking impossible.
I mean, you can barely stack up any girl from any country against fucking Ukrainian girls. Ukrainian girls are here when it comes to fucking hotness. So you can't compare. But it's the funny thing I've noticed is if you try to make some like Ukrainian girls jealous, like pre-selection, it seems it's more effective if you use a girl that's completely different from what they are, right? Because I think they're thinking like my hotness is not comparable to any of these other bitches.
Exactly, you're going to nullify the hotness.
You nullify the hotness by getting an absolutely cute, adorable little Asian girl who also cooks and cleans, right? And like Polish girls, they're not going to fucking cook and clean and take care of you. Ukrainians will, but guess what? That adorable fucking Indonesian girl, she's gonna cook, she's gonna clean, she's gonna be very submissive. So I've noticed that compare like kind of like pinning the Asian girls against Ukrainian girls works much better.
There used to be a time where I used to track like my lays, or like I had like a list right in 2019. And I remember when I went to Asia, because actually I was there for 4 months, between 4 and 6 months, and I noticed that like I didn't want to put them on the list just because I thought it was too easy, and I'm like, this is not deserved. Like this is like it was too easy. Like I can't put them on the list with like a clear conscience in a way. It's kind of, I mean, maybe it's a bit fucked up, but it's true. It was literally too easy to get any, even if it was like I was tracking because like guys were curious, and I was actually also curious myself what a year actually looked like. But still, like, I just didn't put them down because I'm like, oh, fuck it, like it was too easy.
And look, if you're, because I know there's a lot of guys who are probably watching this who really like Asian girls. That's their fucking type, which is fine, right? Like little Asian girls are absolutely adorable, and I like modest, adorable fucking girls, whether they're what color they are, it doesn't matter. But if you're learning game, you have to go somewhere where there's Ukrainian or Russian girls. You have to learn game with these specific girls because they're going to test your masculinity and your leadership and your confidence.
You mean the Asian girls?
No, the Ukrainian, Eastern European girls.
They're very good for that.
They're very good.
Very good, yeah.
So you're going to learn how to fucking lead, how to be assertive, how to be a man, how to be masculine, right? How to be emotionally fucking composed. Yeah. They're going to fucking test you on that, right? And a lot of guys say like, "Oh, Ukraine is easy because it's Ukraine." Trust me, Ukrainian girls are not easier.
No. They're not easy.
Like Australian girls, American girls, far easier. Than fucking Ukrainians. Like, anyone who says that, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Yeah. Period.
But also guys, they will say that, hey, it's impossible to pull a girl in Ukraine and get the same day late.
5 dates, 6 dates.
Yeah, I mean, dude, how many girls did you even go on a date with? You just had all of them straight home.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, in Ukraine.
Yeah, when you were in Kiev.
I pulled on the second day that I was in actually is essentially the first time I went outside because I arrived on the first day game. Second day pulled from outside the mall. I didn't even know. I had no idea until she was in my fucking room. This girl told me to sit down, and I thought, okay, I mean, all right, I'll sit down. I'll see. You know, she's like, sit. So I sat down, and she just started making me tea. She's looking for tea in my kitchen, you know? And I'm like, what is she doing? It's
cute.
She made me tea. And then she started doing my dishes. I made a video of this and sent it to you guys. I'm like, this girl's I just met her.
Yeah, you were so happy. You're like, holy fuck.
Yeah, and I was like, all right, I was going to verbally sexualize now. It's my time to like, okay, I want to escalate and everything. She had no idea what the fuck I was talking about. She didn't speak English.
Yeah,
she spoke zero English.
And you realized that when she was in the apartment.
She was in at the table in my room when I learned that she spoke zero English. I was like, you fucking whore, you don't even understand a word I said. And she's like, I'm like, how did I get this girl straight to my fucking room and making me tea? Leading is all body language and leading. I said, hey, I was talking to her. Hey, you look this, blah, 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 blah. She just like, oh, yeah. I'm like, come on, let's go. She just followed me back home. That's it. So I had to say BDSM. And she finally went, oh, yes, BDSM. I know what that word means. I said, BDSM, choke. And she's like, yes. So that's how I escalated. I choked her, so I could kiss her neck. But she didn't speak any fucking English. And that's like 95% of the Ukrainian girls that I met there. Zero English. And they all they all did my dishes, did my laundry. They all made me tea the moment they fucking walked in.
Dude, that's funny. Amazing. Like the past 5-6 Ukrainian girls I had over to this apartment, zero English. Like not a word.
Yeah.
Love it. It's actually almost better in a way.
I actually prefer women that
I know the answer to this question. But if you have to date girls from one country for the rest of your lives,
that's a tough one. Like honestly, I hate to say it, but I think, well, fuck, it's hard to say because there's a difference. Well, which ones are the most fun and enjoyable, and which ones are actually the best for you? Like, but for me, I feel like I would have the most fun. Like the most fun time with maybe an American or Australian girl, like the most fun time. But is that really the best wife? No. Probably not. So that's tough.
Well, I think it depends on who you, like which one of us. It depends on your personality and your archetype. Because
for you, it's gonna be like either probably like Ukraine or like
it's gonna be former any former Soviet Union communist country that's east of Poland, right? Ukraine, Belarus, Central Asian girls, right? Like Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan.
Dude, it's amazing. Kazakh girls, they're hot. They look like Russian girls, but without the continence.
It's amazing. It's an incredible mix of. They look Asian or a little bit Asian. They look like a mix between Asian and Russian, right? They're incredibly feminine. They hate feminism. They're a lot more modest. Okay, a little bit more traditional. They cook, they clean. You could be misogynistic and they love it. Okay, they love hyper masculinity, like in Kyrgyzstan. Their tradition is kidnapping. So the men will just kidnap a girl like they went to school with.
Yeah, it's real, by the way.
So, this girl that I'm seeing from Kyrgyzstan, she told me that her friends, they got kidnapped, right, and they got married. So the tradition it's like, so you get together with your friends, you go kidnap this girl, you take her back to your family's house, and all the women in your family is there, and they start dressing the girl while she's crying, and then once she's dressed up in the wedding dress, that day they go to the girl's family and they knock on the door and say, I've kidnapped your daughter and I want to marry her to have your blessings. The family will get together and decide whether or not to force their daughter to marry. So this is like
that is fucking crazy.
hyper like this is like hyper fucking misogynistic, like hyper masculinity. So you're never going to like be at that level anyway. So you're
it's like
level
no
down.
matter how hard you would even try, you couldn't get to the point of kidnapping.
Right.
It's fucking insanity.
So these girls, if you talk anti-feminist bullshit, and you're more traditional and head of the household, I lead, and you kind of do what I say, but they have to trust your leadership. Of course, you can't be a fucking simp. You can't be a guy who doesn't know how to lead, doesn't know how to assert yourself, or you don't know how to make the right decisions in a relationship, right decisions for her, and so on. If you don't know how to do those things, the girl is not going to follow, first of all. So don't think you're going to go to these countries and be like, I could just be a fucking pussy-ass simp who doesn't know how to lead and make proper decisions and how to be emotionally composed, and think these girls are going to follow. They're not. They're going to test you, okay? But I like those girls, okay? It's a good mix, and they speak Russian, and is a very good mix. So Ukrainian, maybe Central Asian, Belarusian, anything sort of that Soviet Union, Eastern Europe, I think would be, for me, that's more of my type. Like I like a more modest girl, more inexperienced, cute, quiet. That's what I like. Who just says, yes, David, I'm gonna do whatever you say. That's what I like. Now Mark is completely different.
Mark, he wants to marry like an OnlyFans girl.
From Sweden. OnlyFans girl from Sweden.
Oh, dude, that would be perfect. OnlyFans girl from Sweden who goes to raves, and probably she's also a sex coach. By the way, she's also like a feminine
more like a spiritual,
exactly, tantra coach,
spiritual, like
Oh, you would love that shit.
Okay, Swedish tantra techno.
But this is Mark. This is my thing. Like this is my thing. I get the good girl, the modest girl from these countries. Okay, the very feminine, traditional, and then I add into the more spiritual aspects that I like.
Okay, I get you.
Let's do like a psychedelic trip, and I'll bring you into this and get her into that, right? So you have kind of molding exactly what you would like in future partner.
That's fair. There's a small amount of molding I like to do, but if they come like as a standard model whore that loves women, then
But I think maybe we have a disagreement on this. And it sounds like something that you should get canceled on when I say this, but something that Ukrainian girls and these girls would agree with, by the way, okay, they would agree with me. I believe there has to be some molding, no matter what girl you.
Oh yeah, there's always going to be molding every single fucking time. No girl is going to come standard without molding required. Yeah,
there has to be molding because, like Hamza says in the video. It's like she's joining your life, and she's joining your army, right? You are the general, right? So you are leading the soldiers.
But there's also molding if someone even enters your social circle or your friend group. I think molding is going to happen no matter what.
Yeah.
But I think molding, being able to mold it requires a lot of skill and experience. But also a lot of different traits.
It's a lot of.
If you're a fucking simp, if you're an inexperienced fucking simp who has no emotional composure, doesn't know how to assert yourself, make decisions, and blah blah blah, and you're also empathy is important. By the way, this is not like a purely misogynistic, like it's all about me sort of thing. Like you need empathy, and you need to make decisions that's also fair and right for the fucking girl as well, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, if she knows it's beneficial for her, she's 100% gonna fucking go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like well,
that's what I told him. I said, listen, I do this because I know what's best for you.
Yeah.
All right. Like I do this for you mostly. All right.
Mostly.
So don't question.
When you guys bang the Asians, makes it sound.
We use the same orgasm dominant. Yes.
When you made love with the women from Asia and gave them the best experience of their lives, did you guys use the same orgasm?
Well, actually,
sexual approach?
I know what he's gonna say. Yes. He's gonna say pussy eating strictly for
Asian. The thing is, with a lot of the Asian girls, the more hardcore, explicit BDSM angles are far less likely to work. So like doing like dom sub cold reads, a lot of Asian girls are like, I am what are you talking about? Like we're all submissive. like why are you doing this cold read? We're all fucking submissive here. Like it's kind of like a stupid cold read, right? So I learned to just forget about the cold reads around dom and sub and focus more on pussy eating and her pleasure. Because I don't know, apparently a lot of Asian dudes they don't eat pussy, and they don't care if the girl comes. The Asian girls. So Asian girls are absolutely more than any other girl I feel like in the world. They will jump on the pussy eating and the orgasms quick.
Dude, it's so funny. Like one of your girls, she kept talking about the licks.
The licks. I want lick. I have a video of her on her knees begging for licks. You know, like, I want licks. Dude, they love the licks. They love it. They love the licks.
What are some of JJ? What are some of the best ways to build investment aside from a straightforward DHV?
Well, I don't know. I don't think straightforward DHVs are, the main tool that you would use to build investment. I mean, I feel like asking questions to get them to invest on is going to be the most effective way. Actually asking them to invest.
It's all about hooking the girl. So it's like, okay, if you have Mark's type of girl, the spiritual journey girl in Bali, okay, she's a life coach who reads the stars and then goes through some meditation therapy sessions with people. Well, guess what? If you bring up topics that that she's going to hook onto and be interested in, well, guess what? You're going to get investment. Now, it doesn't mean I'm just bringing up these things because I'm building a connection with the girl necessarily. It means that I'm going to talk about the stars and talk about how she's a Cancer, so therefore 30 orgasms is in the stars right now. Like she could elevate her chakras. She could align her chakras and elevate some aspect of her spirituality if I eat her pussy. So it's going to lead to something, to sexualize. It's going to lead to move the interaction forward. So I think you need to find ways that hook the girl's interest. And you have to be able to read the situation and read the girl's archetype and her personality a little bit. And then you could build investment that way. And there's some general fucking things that you could talk about. Like, I mean, if you're open-minded, you're non-judgmental, and you could open the girl up to talk about sexual topics, then there's certain things that all girls are going to be hooked on. Like if I'm in the club and we're just speaking out loud, for example, and there's girls around us that we haven't even talked to, and I go, yeah. So that one girl, I think I gave her 50 orgasms, and Alex goes, you gave her 50 orgasms? That is a lot. She's a lucky girl. Well, guess what? What do you think happens to the girls that are eavesdropping? They're going to be like, well, hold on, 50 orgasms? That's not possible. Yeah. And they'll be like, hey, wait. That's bullshit. You didn't give her 50 orgasms. Well, guess what? Now the girl's hooked. Now she's going to invest in this topic. Yeah. 50 orgasms. What, you've never had 50 orgasms before? That's these fucking Swedish guys.
Yeah, they don't fucking give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but it's either that. Either they will actually come in and say something like that, or they will just start hovering around you, like start flicking their hair and doing the most obvious shit so that you will open them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, always the same. So predictable. Yeah.
All right, Anonymous Watcher 225. If hypothetically you guys had to get chicks but couldn't use traditional dating apps or cold approach, what would you do? Build Instagram clout, get work around, hide guns, anything else?
I mean, both of those probably work. I mean, if I couldn't use dating apps, I would just use Instagram. I mean, I'm already doing that. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah,
It's really
if
good.
You can't meet girls literally anywhere. Well, I mean, I guess another app.
Yeah, like you can't do cold approach, but can you go to the gym and like get girls to open
No,
you?
you can't do cold approach.
But if I get the girl to open me,
Yeah, well, yes. Well, I mean, I think the first thing
Let's
we
do
would
cold
do,
approach.
we would get the girls that we the leads that we have that we're already fucked, and just get them to bring their friends.
yeah,
So that would be the first thing. Just do what Mark is doing on a large scale in Australia, and just get the girls that you fuck to bring other girls. But I think Instagram, I would build up my Instagram a lot fucking more than I have now.
Yeah, but that's actually an interesting question. I think it's a really good one too, actually. And getting work around hired guns, that would also actually be pretty fucking good. If you just get access to someone, the rest is easy. You just need to get the access. That's typically like the more difficult part. Once you have someone in front of you, it's just game, done.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've been doing this for the last few months. Like,
Exactly.
I haven't gone out that much at all. I haven't been doing much cold approach. Haven't been using apps. I've been just working a bunch, and then like, social circle. I hate using that name because it all the guys in the community try to use social circle.
The friend zone. This is friend zone. High scale friend zone.
Yeah, just getting referrals from girls is like enough to keep me super busy at the moment.
But for you, it's also like you have you have like with the sex podcast. Maybe you get people from there too.
I do, yeah. It's very helpful.
That's kind of like, I mean that's not exactly Instagram cloud, but it is in that direction for sure. And I think that could be leveraged a lot.
Andres, hey UMP, I'm Asian. Hey Asian. How much does getting tats increase SMV? I've got a good build. Hope that isn't a silly question.
No, I think this is a very, very good question, because if you're Asian, and we have different types of Asian students, right? You have Asian students that aren't like typical Asian, the stereotypical Asian that girls would think of as like typical Asian fucking guy. Then you have guys who are doing things to get rid of that stereotype of that like nerdy, low T, inexperienced, nice guy Asian, right?
Yeah.
So I think I would probably try to try to do things that get rid of that stereotype. So like the way you dress, like if you wear all black and like leather jacket and a bit of a fuckboy look, if you get tattoos, that is immediately going, like no girl's going to look at you if you have if you're tatted up.
Be like, it's a chess club guy.
Yeah, they're not going to go, this is a fucking like one of those simp fucking Asian guys who likes to do math on the weekend, right? Like they're not going to do that. Like getting particular haircuts and fades, and so I think, and also the way you game, the way you talk, right, is going to make a fucking big difference.
Yeah,
like being more assertive and more dominant at the beginning of any of your fucking interactions. Yeah. Immediately, the girl's going to be like, okay, this is a different kind of fucking Asian.
But this also goes for everyone, by the way.
Indians too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For example, I'm thinking about the guy that you lived with in the US. He did a really good job of fucking breaking out of that. But yeah, I mean, look, this goes for everyone. By the way, anyone can do that, regardless of race, and it is going to increase your sexual attraction. There's just no question about it.
Cool. Yeah, I need to get my tats. Hamza.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Hamza. What's up, man?
Yeah, nice video, bro.
What nice video. What approach would you take for a brown Muslim girl? Would it be different approaches for religious versus non-religious girls?
Yeah, I think it depends on who you are. So if you are also a brown guy who looks like you're also very Muslim, let's say, you're far less likely to get away with approaching the girl like we would approach, let's say, a Muslim fucking girl, because the Muslim girl is going to look at us and go, okay, you're tatted up, you're white, you're Western, you're not going to have the same fucking judgment on me if I go along with the sexualization or if I sleep with you, right? Now, if you look like you're from her country, Hamza Khan. This is the other Hamza from Playing with Fire. Like back.
Oh yeah.
Is the guy who's been trying to go on a fucking diet for the past 5 years, but he keeps posting about eating Cheetos. It's unbelievable. I've been trying to add him to my guys. I have a UMP Fitness Looks Max group. Okay, where we're posting our daily goals and holding each other accountable. I've been trying to get Hamza Khan to do this, but he spends all his time on the computer and posting about Cheetos and how the girl at fucking KFC didn't give him 20 nuggets instead, gave him instead of 19 or some shit, right? This DLB is shit, Hamza. Come on, like get on board, right? Like I'm getting fucking tired of it. I've been trying for years to join me, right? So anyway, whatever, Hamza. So I think it's gonna be different. Look, I'm not a brown guy who looks like who's from like Pakistan or from that girl's fucking country. So I would try to early on show the girl that I am non-judgmental and I am not some very Muslim religious fucking guy who's going to judge her and fucking stone her to death or some shit if she goes home with me, right? But I mean but other than that, I would say the approach is pretty much the fucking same.
Yeah.
How do you calibrate if your girls tell you she is on an app to forget someone?
Well, I know the quickest way to help you forget about him.
Exactly. Once I'm done with
you, but look, here's the thing. If she's trying to forget about someone, we can be pretty sure that she wants to get banged out.
Yeah.
I mean, so I would go down that path as quickly as possible. Like, don't take Hamza's advice with a girl that's trying to forget about someone.
Hamza, you know what Hamza would do? Hamza would invite her over for some Cheetos. That's what Hamza would do. He would get fucking go to Costco, fucking like Sam's Club, and get like a family pack.
Like, I'm gonna force feed you Cheetos until you can't think about anything else.
And I mean, she actually may be down for that. Right?
Yeah,
like fucking some ice cream or some Cheetos and shit. Like Hamza, like I'm serious, Hamza. Like
I would actually be down for that.
Like, stop ghosting my messages, okay? Like, stop ghosting my messages and join my fitness group.
Yeah,
get yourself a Fitbit or an Apple Watch, and let's. By the way, I'm bigger than Hamza. By the way, I weigh more than Hamza right now. He's not. I'm at 235. I think Hamza.
You're like 20 Cheeto packets heavier than him or something.
I've got like 25 Cheeto packets. But hey, join the group because you just look fatter at like 215 or whatever you are at. It's not good.
Makers takers. When I ask a girl, what do you think about guys from your city? I try to link her answer to guys from there being soft and insecure, plus cold reading that she likes more dominant guys.
That sounds good.
Is it a problem that guys from where I'm from generally are quite confident and somewhat act tough and cocky? So what if the girls aren't fully convinced when I say girls have told me? All right, so the question didn't really make sense, but I guess what you mean is if you say, oh, guys from there are really soft and you need a dominant guy, or maybe you're saying guys from here are really soft and they need a dominant guy, but typically those guys are very dominant. So examples of this is going to be like Brazil, right? So
hey, Georgia, bro, if I told Georgian girls, the country of Georgia, not the state, if I told girls, dudes here are pussy, they would look at me like,
are you retarded?
Are you retarded? They all look like they did like 30 years of fucking civil war and like the testosterone is through the fucking roof. They look hardened, like they're traumatized from fucking war. They would look at you like you are fucking retarded, right? But I would try to reframe that, right? Like I would. What is like the downfall? What would girls from Georgia complain about?
Controlling
or overbearing and jealous. But fuck, maybe the girls love that shit there. Like who the fuck knows, right? So you need to know the girls there, and you need to know what are the common complaints for the guys. But make sure the common complaint isn't actually something they like.
Yeah.
Right? So like girls,
they're so toxic. They're so like they don't care about blah 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 blah.
Like, if the girls say like fuck, all my exes were toxic, well guess what? I'm toxic too. Like I'm not going to be like, yeah, I'm not toxic at all.
I'm a nice guy.
I'm really nice. The girl's gonna be like, no. I like open my legs for toxic guys. Like you don't want to do that, right?
Yeah.
When girls say like all my exes were toxic, I go, well, fuck, you should walk away because I'm going to be on that fucking list, right? Like that's what I would fucking say.
Yeah.
So like, hey, you don't want to do the whole soft thing. if girls keep looking at you like you're fucking crazy, like Mark said, Brazil is like a horrible place. Like we have students who try to do that with Brazilian girls.
It's not going to work. But
work.
what you can say is, if the Brazilian girls, let's say, go to the USA, then you could run the same routine, but saying that like you're used to much more like dominant and like assertive guys back home. So the guys here in the US are going to be way too fucking soft for you.
Exactly.
So you can flip it that way.
Yep.
Exactly. All right. Atreus, another question. Do you think humor can be developed? If yes, what is the best way to get better?
I feel like I had to develop it a bit, and literally for me it was actually just sitting down and just trying to be more funny. I didn't have any like strategy or like technique behind it, but like I was sitting down and I was trying to formulate my messages. What is something like funny or weird I could say here? But I would sit and think about it for a couple of minutes or sometimes even longer. And after a while, you just get better at it.
Yeah, and look, if you're a Hamza watcher, then you're probably part of his autistic incel army that he keeps talking about during his fucking live streams. But like, look, I'm sorry, guys. If you're like super autistic, you're on the hardcore on the end of the fucking spectrum. It's gonna be very fucking difficult, and you may be very uncalibrated when you try to make jokes and everything. But I think to open up your humor or your wit, I think it helps to increase
social awareness,
and to increase your other social skills, right? So I think the more experience you get socially and with women, I think the more confident you are in general and more confident you are socially, and the more that you have your self-esteem is increased, your confidence, if you develop those areas to the point where you're more natural and you can open up a lot more and speak more genuinely and speak more freely, I think you will unlock the humor that you didn't think you had, or that wit you didn't think you had. I think you could open that up a lot more and take more risks being fucking funny.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I think, also ask yourself why you're trying to be funny. Like, don't feel like you have to be because you think women love it and it's going to build a huge amount of attraction. Like, you're probably better off working on everything else first. But yeah, if you do want to build it, like, familiarize yourself with what's funny. So watch funny movies, listen to stand-up, hang around funny people. You can take like improv classes. You want to really evolve yourself around it. And as Alex said, like, you can reflect on your interactions the same way you do everything else. So when you reflect on how to be sexual, you obviously think back and said, okay, where could I have used certain techniques here? You can do the same with humor in your interactions. Like, why were people laughing at that person's joke? What made it funny? Where was the timing? How could I have done the same? And you can improve that way.
A lot of it is in the subcoms for
sure. There's a podcast. So he's Asian, so a lot of Asian guys just aren't funny. So he's Asian. He's probably a little bit more logical. He's probably very serious. And I would say, instead of trying to just solely focus on being funny and turning into a goddamn clown to get girls to like you, I would just work on your strengths, right? Your personality strengths. So if you're more of a serious guy, I would be focused more on being more confident and more assertive and being more dominant with women in general, right? And also, if you want to watch a podcast that's pretty funny and pretty witty, there's one called Come Town. Okay,
I heard of it.
It's a very funny it's a very funny podcast where they banter back and forth, and it's very provocative, and I think it's fucking hilarious. And maybe for an Asian guy, it would be actually kind of funny to try to take some of their fucking humor.
This comedian's hilarious.
Yeah, I think Andrew Schultz is great.
Andrew Schultz is great too. Yeah, I agree. All right, let's do the last question, guys.
And also, I just want to say, like, when it comes to comedians, I feel like Andrew Schultz, he would be one of the guys who would fuck the most, straight up. Like, you can tell from the way he's speaking, his type of humor. Like girls would eat that shit up. Like he would fuck a lot if he wasn't like married. He would.
Yeah, exactly.
Last question. We'll end on something really light. What is the most easy way to convince a woman to kill a baby? I'm not ready for children. Don't think she will make a good mother. How can I talk sense into this bimbo? She has me really stressed about this. I'm sorry, David. I know this is a very serious question.
Well, first
all right,
of all,
guys, how do we kill the baby?
well, first of all, we've just throw this out there. None of us have had an abortion so far, so we don't have experience with this. I don't think. At least you guys, have experience, and I don't know.
No
about
abortions yet.
it. But the one thing I probably wouldn't do is tell her should be a bad mother. She's a fucking bimbo. Like that's probably the last thing I would say. And I probably wouldn't treat her as though she would be a horrible mother. And she's also a fucking bimbo. So I would probably not do that. And I would be less confrontational about the situation. I think it would be a little bit more like, listen, number one, I am not ready for a kid. And I know it may sound like I'll be a horrible human being and a horrible father, but I'll probably make mistakes and not be in the child's life. I'm just going to throw this out there. So I'll probably throw that out there real quick. But the other one is like, tell her that she won't have girls' night out anymore. Like she won't be able to hang out with her single friends. She won't be able to go on these Tinder dates and fuck guys. Maybe she's in school. She'll have to quit school and focus on her baby to be a single mother. Like these are the things like you have to think about like what she's really into and her lifestyle and things that she doesn't want to give up and let her know, these are the things that you will lose. But also, you know what? Abortion is murder. So maybe you should just have this baby and man up and take responsibility and raise this child, as a Christian, soon to be Muslim man, I cannot give you advice that is pro-abortion. So I would raise this child as, I would teach him game and he would be my wingman. And that's that.
Worst case, you have a new wing.
She doesn't have friends. She's acting obsessed. Do you actually know she's pregnant for real, or has she just told you she's pregnant?
Yeah.
I mean, first, I hate to be this guy, but what the fuck was going through your head when you raw dogged this girl? You're describing like.
Yeah, I think he knows that right now. I don't think he's doing that again. Yeah. Well, who knows? Just fucking dudes with like 10 baby mamas. But first of all, get a test. Go to the fucking lab. Go to the doctor, and make sure that she's actually fucking pregnant. I think that would be very important because I know there are girls. I know girls that would have no issue saying they're pregnant to get investment from me. Okay, like
they could lie about that shit.
I personally know girls.
Certain archetype of
if they knew that I would not fall for it. If they knew that I would fall for it, I would have a lot more girls saying they're pregnant. So. I'm just gonna throw that out there, but she has no friends. That's a little suspicious.
That's a red flag.
That's a red flag. Like she's trying to befriend her baby or something. I don't know. Oof. But I would try to reason with her a little bit.
I hope the pussy was good.
Tell her that you're leaving the country, like you're moving, like you can't have a baby, like you have to. You're joining the military, and you're gonna be gone for the next 8 years.
Yeah.
She bought a piss test, no period in a while, but go buy more tests. Go meet up with her and have her take the test in front of you. 2 of them, 2 different brands. And Mark, what do you think as a medical professional? What is your advice? As someone who's given advice in a abortion clinic, Mark's advice is always to kill babies. But what is your advice from like the non-Christian side of things?
My advice is like probably wait till your son's like maybe 6 years old and then sign him up to UMP Mastermind.
Sign him up.
We'll give him 3 daddies, so he'll be well looked after.
Yeah.
Good luck, man. Have a chat to her. Explain what your situation is. Understand exactly what her view on this is. If this is like a religious reason and she like doesn't want to fucking kill a baby, then it's going to be very difficult. If she's like, this is like just something inside of me and I don't give a fuck, but I really love you and I think this is going to keep us together, then you got a much better chance of actually talking some sense into her.
Yeah, that's a good point. Make it very clear that this baby is not going to. You guys aren't going to be together just because you have a baby.
I love how serious he took that part about joining the mastermind. What if it's a daughter?
If it's a daughter, then you need to make sure that she doesn't have daddy issues because she'll be visiting fucking Mark when she turns 18. So like,
Cool, wait.
you want to raise her right, okay?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Nah, man. I hope it's itself somehow. So
It's not
shitty
free. The
situation.
Mastermind is not free, bro. Get a fucking job, Hamza.
What?
Stop eating
Spending
Cheetos.
money on
motherfucker.
fucking Cheetos, bro.
Hey,
It's like
I
2
swear to
Cheetos
God.
packets a month. Just don't buy the Cheetos. You can join the
Hamza,
fucking
get off Facebook, my man. Stop posting. You're not a meme lord. You're not going to make a career out of posting on Facebook. Go get a job. Stop eating Cheetos. Okay, just get off your phone. Hit the gym with me and Alex, and we have 50 guys in the UMP accountability looks maxing group. We're all posting every
we
day.
got a black pill group.
We have a black pill group. Literally have a black pill group. Join the group. Anyone who wants to join the group, if you're in the mastermind, make a post. If not, join the mastermind and then make a post.
Yeah.
Or just message me and I was only gonna make it for mastermind members. Maybe I'll add.
Even mastermind. It's fuck them. They can listen.
Yeah. I mean, if
Endless money on Cheetos, you can join.
fuck guys can't be so cheap.
Yeah, bro,
Like,
you could
fuck's
go
sake,
go
man.
babysit
Yeah.
or something. Like there's a lot of single mothers from this guy.
Yeah, go babysit Damien's kid, make some money.
Go raise Damien's fucking kid and make $69.
Yeah,
per
I'm
fucking month.
sure Damien can pay you to babysit his kid.
He's gonna need 3 jobs soon anyway. So
All right, so guys, last question. Can you explain how to open loop? We're gonna answer that question on our next stream.
Yeah.
So we'll see you guys there. It's gonna be a great answer.
they want to know when's the next live stream.
Well, I don't know. Should we even say that?
I don't. I think I kind of like to leave it a little bit of mystery, but it's a big one. By the way, it's a really big
It's
live
gonna be
stream.
huge.
Yeah.
It's probably the biggest live stream that we have done.
Ever done.
Yeah.
Like we've been kind of winging it now, but we have some
We've got a schedule planned.
mind-blowing guests. coming
Oh,
up.
dude, it's gonna be so incredible. You're gonna shake your
believe you guys
pants.
would.
You're gonna kill your brother. It's gonna
I
be.
couldn't believe we got that guest to come on. Like I was,
It took a bit of convincing, but we'll explain to you guys how we got this guest.
exactly.
It's very fun. It's a very interesting story, but you're gonna have to
Yeah.
wait until next Wednesday. I mean, I'm down to do some live streams in between today and next Wednesday. Mark,
Yeah, let's do one. Maybe we might do one on Monday with Tinder. I got a few matches now.
Yeah. Let's get that going. I haven't done a Tinder live stream myself in a while now, actually, because I haven't really been using it. But yeah, I'll get back on it too. But we can do one together with your account. I want to take some Sydney girls, man. I'm kind of bored of these.
Yeah, I just told the boys I've already got one girl. She messaged me. What was it again? I forget.
It was something about tied up. She wanted to be tied up.
I'm already turned on or something.
Yeah, I'm already turned on. And then I said good puppy because she had some like puppy reference. And then she's like, yeah, I want to be turned on. Might want to tie me up so I don't run away. All right, so we got a good start. We got a good start. All right, guys.
I had a suggestion to that. Maybe you'll take it. Maybe we'll see.
Ooh, all right, we'll find out on Monday. I'm not going to reply.
Yeah, open loop that too.
Okay, guys. Thanks everyone for joining. Thanks for your comments. And yeah, we'll see you on Monday. Love you all. Bye bye.
See you guys. Bye bye.
See you in the mastermind. If I can join the mastermind.
Yeah.